to the Gamegasm podcast. We put the O in radio. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the show. My name is Jeremy.
What it is, ho? It's O'Brien.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Andrew.
And welcome to the Gamegasm podcast. You probably never heard us before.
The inaugural episode.
The inaugural episode. This is episode 1.
Inception.
The Inception. We need to go deeper.
We always need to go deeper.
Yeah. So this is our first. There were 3 friends. We've been friends for 2 decades. 16 years?
9 a fortnight.
A fucking lot. We've been friends for a long time.
We've known each other for a little bit here and there.
More than we haven't known each other in our lives.
Yes, for a lot of that, at least the 5-10 years, we've been wanting to do a podcast for a long time.
Yeah, we've always kind of thrown the idea around and never really decided to sit down and do it, and now we're sitting down and we're doing it. So
are we? Is that?
Yeah, that's what
That's official.
God damn,
it's official. We're
didn't
recording
realize.
this.
All right.
Basically, this is our first episode. We've got kind of a flow of each episode, if you want to.
Format.
A format. Thank you.
A set list.
A set list, if you will.
Yeah,
We've got it right
rock it out, dude.
So we've got kind of the idea down. We're going to explain that here in a little bit. But I guess we thought we should introduce ourselves.
Yeah, since there's listening to fucking
Since you
nameless
don't
voices.
fucking know who you're listening to right
It's like,
now.
yeah, these guys, why are they telling us about video
Who the
games?
fuck cares about these guys?
They don't.
We're
they
gonna start
should.
We're going to go around clockwise.
Is this clockwise?
It's fucking
I actually have to
it's
like mentally
clockwise.
think
like
about
grade
the
school.
clock, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
'cause, who uses that fucking term anyway?
on my 10.
On my
He's on your 10.
No, he's on my 2.
Oh, I'm looking
Yeah,
from my
yeah,
perspective.
yeah.
He's
You
on my
fucking
10.
idiot.
I don't
You
care about
dick.
your fucking position. What matters is me.
O'Brien,
Yes, sir.
let's hear it. Let's give us your background. What do you got? What do you got?
Well, I guess if we're going to have like the resident collector nerd,
Yeah.
that would be me. That would be part of my nerddom. I have like 20 plus system, which I'm sure somebody's going to go, I've got 30, and if you do, fuck off. I don't care.
40.
Exactly.
I
All
have
that-
this system that hasn't been made yet. The
So,
Xbox 2.
Yeah, I play my Wonder Swan at home. And if you know what that is, then you're in that level of
Yeah,
nerddom.
you're in that genre.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't really have a genre I like. I like them all. I play them all. But I guess my big specific area of expertise would just be general knowledge.
You do have a
Yeah.
vast fucking knowledge
I
of
would-
history of gaming.
I would classify you as the historian of the group. If ever there was a
Absolutely.
historian of, general, you're the historian. So
Well, yeah, and that's probably what really makes me, I really love the business of it. And not to mention, I really just enjoy the creation, everything that goes along with them. And that's why I get really into the nostalgic part of it. So
Yeah.
I guess my big thing is just to play the games on the consoles, not so much for emulators, if you can. I understand a lot of people out here probably
don't have
that.
30 systems. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that's kind of part of the hunt, you know? But yeah, for me, I love every type of game, every system.
If you want to know the exact name of the game, who made it, and what year it was made, you're probably
O'Brien
the
is
guy
a
to
guy.
ask. Yeah,
I try to be the guy for that. But I will say, like, the new systems is exciting shit, man.
it is.
And I
Fucking
don't-
new
and I don't
generation.
think- and I don't think any of us, we're kind of old school gamers in a way, but we're not the old school gamers who are like, oh my god, the Nintendo was the best system ever. Had a lot of its merits, but at the same time, we all look
It's
forward.
the best system ever.
Well, okay. O'Brien says, all right, case closed. Fuck that.
No, I'm just like,
Next
you know,
topic.
Podcast over.
a lot of those old guys are like, if you only played Mario, no, there are time and ways to progress past that.
Well,
you know?
it's like audio. My dad. Oh, vinyl. Vinyl's the best. Okay, I get it, maybe, but
I can't put that shit in my car.
I
I can't download it on the internet.
Yeah, what am I
Download
doing?
that
Stick
shit
these
to
in my
vinyl?
ass? MP3s are just so much fucking
Easier.
Yeah,
Easier.
I mean,
it's like VHS and Betamax.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know what everybody's going, what's Betamax?
remember fucking Laserdisc?
Oh,
Dude, I was literally thinking about that the other day.
Were you?
Fucking Laserdiscs. I remember like my teachers had this gigantic ass fucking
It's
CD
a record
thing.
size
Yeah,
CD.
And they had the
Chemistry,
little,
Mr. Rapp had one.
Oh yeah, he did.
and they had the fucking
Bill Nye the Science
They had
Guy
the,
on that
the list
shit.
of all the barcodes. That was like their chapters, and they'd have to take this pen with the little light,
Fucking yeah,
and they'd
scan it.
and they'd scan it like 73 times every time. She's like, and then it would like point it at the fucking the
Yeah,
laser.
why?
laser.
And the quality was good. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about joking about Betamax and VHS, but Betamax was way better.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
See, Betamax, I have no.
Well,
I'm a little younger than you guys.
you know,
Sony was a big company.
Oh,
Yeah, but-
it was dead really by the time, unless you lived in like Mexico or a foreign nation, it was really dead time the 80s hit around.
Yeah.
It
Like
was
the late
dead unless
80s.
you lived in a foreign nation.
No,
It doesn't sound.
No, it was big in
was dead
Mexico, it
unless
was
you
big
weren't
in South
American.
America. Yeah, because it was so fucking dirt cheap at that point.
It was.
Just, nobody's gonna fucking buy it, you
Yeah.
know? Poor Sony.
Well,
Anyway, so you're the historian.
We'll go with that.
Andrew is.
I guess I'm kind of the RPG guy. If you were to, I mean, that is really, I mean, we're all RPG guys. I think we all kind of gravitate towards that. And my name is Andrew, if you didn't catch that.
Yeah.
My history is RPGs. I started playing RPGs Final Fantasy II on the Super Nintendo. That was kind of my first RPG. I progressed into, standard RPGs, into tactical RPGs like a Final Fantasy Tactics or a Shining Force, and I even got into don't even start on Shining Force. That'd be another topic for another day.
Hours.
I get where I spent most of my recent time a couple years ago was World of Warcraft. I think there's a lot of World of Warcraft players out there, including all three of us involved.
Yes.
I actually had my own guild, co-led by O'Brien, and we were pretty successful for a while.
You guys started that after I quit.
Yes, after you quit, you got me into WoW.
You played a little bit with the
at the end. You played.
What was the guild?
We were Blackout.
Oh yeah,
Blackout was our guild. You came in after we'd already cleared a lot of you came in near the end kind of casually, and whenever we'd already stopped raiding hardcore.
Yeah,
but I also played in vanilla, and you guys
Yes,
didn't.
yeah, you played vanilla, and you were hardcore into it, and well, not hardcore.
You got me
in. You got us both in the
I remember Molten Core when it was Molten Core, and it was fucking ridiculous. I remember 40-man raids.
See, I remember just soloing it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then our big, I guess, not claim to fame, but on our server, we were one of the first Horde guilds to clear Ulduar, front end, and 20-man.
Oh,
so
nice.
I mean, it was 25-man.
25-man.
I don't know why I said 20-man.
That's vanilla. Where you're the 20 and 40.
Yeah. He said vanilla. Yeah. So I mean, that's really where I am. I still play other games. I recently got into MOBAs a little bit. Smite being the particular. I mean, I've played quite a bit with you here and there, and used to play for a little while. I've been playing a little bit recently.
Not as much lately. Back to my strategy games.
Yeah.
But that's really, and I mean, I'm very versatile in what I know, but I really focus on RPGs and games with RPG elements. It's not just just straight up RPGs, turn based. I played pretty much everything.
Yeah, I would say for the thing is we are all big RPG nerds.
Yes.
And it's the one thing
you guys way more than me. I mean, I played my fair share of RPGs.
But a lot of ways, that's what linked us. When all those years ago, we're talking about how long we've been friends. That was one of the big strands for me and Andrew is that we both were hardcore RPG dorks.
And sports games, too. We play me and you.
Fuck out of sports.
Play a lot of sports
Actually,
games.
we all did.
Yeah.
Separately,
yeah.
But of course, I think some of the favorite things we did in sports game were tweak with it.
We were RPG. Yeah, we always
absolutely. We played. How much did we play? What was it NBA 2K3?
2K2.
2K2 was you guys. I played a little.
No. 2K3 college.
The college
one. We played the fuck out of that.
And you guys got pissed because I got IU one time, just randomly, and I just fucking got every 5-star recruit. And you guys fuck this game, and we didn't.
Yeah, we never. I don't even remember playing a game of that. I don't think I ever did.
No, we just didn't.
Yeah, we just send it.
I still don't play. And I might buy the new basketball game, NBA 2K14.
Whatever.
I play the show. I will actually play some. There's the road to the show is pretty fun, and I'll play some of the games. But you just realize, and not to knock somebody who can do it who's 14 years old right now, but there's so many games to play. To play a sports game, you have to dump fucking time into it.
Especially if you're playing baseball. I mean, 162 games.
162 games, yeah.
That's
hour to play a game.
That's just a lot of time. And the simming is you can get through 20 seasons in, a couple days.
Yeah.
Or depending on how quick you decide to sim, how
many
deep
stats
you decide
you
to
write
go.
down in a notebook like
yes,
us?
we never wrote down
Jesus
stats in a notebook ever.
We wrote down every stats every game we ever played.
Yeah,
we've video recorded quite a few of
some
them.
of them. Some of the your
RPGs.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that. God.
Anyway, off that sports tangent.
Yeah. But no.
Also, I don't want to interject, but you're the famous SNK.
The famous SNK.
For anybody who knows you.
Made famous by
the famous Trendkill. No,
but no, that's really, I mean, all kidding aside, that is kind of my internet claim to fame. Not that I really have an internet claim to fame at this point, but I've...
Claim to flame. You
claim
have one of those.
Oh, yeah.
The first gay joke.
Oh.
Of many, probably.
If you're offended by gay jokes, you should probably find somebody else's podcast.
When you listen to this back, or anybody who listened closely, I called him gay already.
Was it?
So there's my claim.
I didn't hear that.
No,
my claim to fame was he's gay.
It's like,
how did you say that?
I had no idea. It's like fucking white noise anymore. Anytime you guys call me fag or gay, I'm just like,
oh, waste an hour and a half of your life. But it did star Michael Keaton, so.
What did?
White Noise.
Oh, White Noise. That movie was fucking terrible.
Terrible fucking
Why are we talking about White Noise?
I said White Noise. I said
he
was White Noise.
You
should listen to this too with the listeners.
Fucking hell.
The listeners?
Fucking hell.
Well, the listeners, people who listen to it.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant some device that is the listener.
The listener.
I thought you were searching for fucking headphones. Your listeners.
That sounds like the Stephen King movie.
Listeners.
The listeners.
Anyway.
The Tommy knockers.
Anyway, on from SNK to...
Okay, my name is Jeremy. Most of the people listening may, at least initially, know me as Trendkill from YouTube. I've got a decent-sized YouTube channel, and that started with Skyrim stuff, because like we all said before, we're RPG nerds. I've been playing video games since the Atari 7800. I'm more of, I guess I would say more of the casual competitive gamer. I'm not really a serious, hardcore fucking, I'm going to play every game competitively, but at the same time, I want to play those competitive games, but I want to have fun. It's a game for Christ's sake, you know. I've poured countless hours of strategy games with you, O'Brien.
We probably played a few rounds of Romance
of Three Kingdoms, fucking Civilization, and I mean those talk about games that take hours to play. I mean a fucking
you really put a week
marathon game of Civ is weeks if you're playing Hot Seat and you can't play every day. With Andrew, I played shit tons of RPGs. We played really every game under the sun kind of together.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate was one of the big ones. With the original Baldur's
Morrowind,
Gate.
we played a lot together.
Played a lot of
on
Morrowind.
PC.
I played Oblivion more with you, with O'Brien.
You guys played that on Xbox though, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
Oblivion
played a lot
we played.
of Morrowind.
Yeah.
We actually played a lot of Morrowind with you on Xbox and a lot of Morrowind with you on
right.
PC, and then we played a lot of. Brian played a lot of Oblivion together.
I played Oblivion by myself.
Yes, yeah. I don't really play Oblivion with you, and I played a little bit by myself. But I mean, we've got like the triangle of Elder Scrolls here.
We've got the I mean, a lot of us play different things. I mean, Andrew and I played a shit ton of Smash Brothers.
Oh God,
like fucking.
Remember the day that
I played a lot, just not with you guys.
Yeah.
Remember the N64 version when it first came out? We sat around the day that I bought it.
This one right here.
Yeah, right there. I remember I either bought it or rented it. I think I rented it. And you came over and we sat around. I think we played literally for 26 hours straight.
Yeah,
I think it was something like that.
And that was on a TV that we shouldn't have done that on because it was one of those old like rear projection big screens, and they're very, very fucking prone to burn in. And my mom was like, "You shouldn't play video games on that TV." I was like, "Fuck you, Mom."
Yep.
I'm playing Smash Brothers. And it had
Somehow it didn't go like that.
Yeah, it didn't. I was like, "Okay, Mom," when she was gone.
And then you fucking turn that shit on.
Yeah. Anyway, that's about it, I think. I mean, that's a pretty decent background. I would say.
I will say between us, we all have a lot of knowledge we bring, and I think we have a lot of different interests, but a lot of commonalities.
And we all agree on a lot and disagree on a lot. And when we disagree, since we've been friends for so long, it's not like, "Fuck you, you're wrong." It's like, I see your point, but I think this way. Yeah, unless you don't agree with O'Brien.
Clearly wrong.
Then you're a fucking
with
idiot.
you.
Yeah,
no, you're right. Like, between the three of us, no matter what the topic is, we're always going to be able to find something
to agree on or
discuss,
or agree to disagree on.
Yeah,
I see your point.
At least know something about it.
Or something that we'll at least, if we don't know something specifically about the topic we're talking about, we'll get off on a tangent. I mean, that's something that we've proven to be very, very good at, is getting off on tangents just generally.
We are pro.
And I think that's why that this podcast is going to be at least fun. I don't know if successful is the right word, but hopefully successful. But we're gonna have fun.
Who fucking cares? I don't care if it's successful. I just want to hang out with my dudes and fucking talk about video games.
Pretty much.
Agreed.
It's an excuse to do this once a week.
Yeah.
At the very least, I think for a lot of people, they're not real retro. Like, that's not what their focus is. And then they just play whatever's the newest game. And as soon as the next game comes out, they just throw it in the fucking trash. Which, you should never do that. But
we grew up with games that weren't Call of Duty, that weren't throwaways every year.
No
Madden.
When Madden actually changed.
And not to mention, now you could probably buy like fucking, maybe 8 games a year and it's all you need.
Yeah.
Back then, you might get a 6 or 8 hour experience, and that was a fucking it.
Yeah, you got like 2 games a year.
And dude, people today don't go back and play shit. That's the truth. They just don't go say, you know what, I should go back and play Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, I should go back to fucking 4th generation and check out.
I still plug in my fucking Nintendo.
Dude, my 64 is right behind my desk.
Tecmo Bowl is still Super Tecmo Bowl is still the best football game ever made.
Oh yeah.
Fuck Madden.
Fuck Bo
Madden
Jackson.
ripped everything off that anyways. Huh? What do you say, Bo Jackson?
Bo Jackson.
Hey, Bo Jackson.
Hey, QB Eagles, dude.
QB
Eagles.
Ah, what a dick. Well, I mean, granted, technically so was QB Bills.
Yeah,
that's true.
Right.
And QB Brown.
Was it
Bernie Kosar, he didn't have his fucking name.
Fucking nobody even knows who Bernie Kosar is.
He's a hero in Cleveland.
Apparently,
he is.
Wow, a hero in Cleveland. How early is it going to be
Carey.
Hey, he's a nice guy.
Cleveland
Bernie
rocks
Kosar is a nice guy.
Anyway, okay, let's talk about the format.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I think
yeah.
We got him pretty
If you didn't get enough, go fuck yourself.
Let's
agreed.
Yeah, exactly.
The listeners are moist, so we're gonna move on.
That's right.
So here's gonna be the general flow. I've got my set list, which is why I'm kind of the one announcing this. This is gonna be the general flow of our normal episode, right? We're gonna have a normal kind of intro, like we just kind of did. We're gonna get off on tangents all the fucking time. That's just who we are.
That's gonna happen.
If you're looking for streamlined shit, like if you're the comedian who's gonna always have the perfect streamline,
we're not Jerry Seinfeld.
No, we're more like I was gonna say sadly Janine Garofalo because she's like that. But
you're fired from the band, dude.
That's terrible. That's the first thing I could think of because she can't fucking keep
God,
anything
she's a
straight.
bitch.
Occasionally she's funny.
Really?
She has been.
When did that happen?
I think.
If you guys want to stop listening now, I won't be disappointed.
The first person I could think that was freeform. Fuck you guys.
That's fucking funny.
Anyway, so we're gonna have like a mailbag section. Countless bag jokes are gonna be made.
Yes, sack,
scrotum,
sack,
fucking
Ray-Ban goggles,
satchels. I don't know.
Mailbag. That's gonna be a good segment. Give you guys a chance to write in or email in or maybe even Twitter in if we do that. Or
God damn Twitter.
I
if
know.
you want to argue, get us
Twitter
to argue
in.
about.
I just said Twitter in. I think it's tweet in, but
God damn it. That's how bad you are at life.
I know tweet. I just don't. I don't
It's
personally
tweeted,
tweet.
right?
Yeah, it's tweet.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
He said Twitter in.
I said he just
Twitter?
I was kind of just fucking around more than anything.
You're a Twitterist?
Yeah,
Whatever.
he's right.
Whatever. Anyway, so the mailbag segment's going to be, we might eventually get like a phone line where you guys can call in, leave a message, and we'll play it on air. We'll answer the questions. For starters, we're going to be posting this on my YouTube channel, TrendKillV01.
Yeah.
For anybody who's not finding this on my YouTube channel, which I don't know how the fuck you found it if you didn't. You guys can post in the comment section, ask us questions. That will be part of the mailbag. We're going to create an email address, which we're not sure what it is, but we'll leave this in the description of the video. That seems fair.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
and we can
Fucking
also
email
plug
yet.
it in the outro as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys can send us questions. It could be something like, what's the best RPG ever made? Or,
Do you like waffles?
yeah.
Yeah, I
do-
imagine at the end of the day, everybody here, it's just basically the comment section put in there. And
Absolutely.
if it's not a terrible question and we don't hate your face, we'll answer it.
I don't know if it's a terrible question. I might answer it just because it'll be funny.
Yeah, I mean, we're
Probably.
going to pick, 2-3 questions to
It's
go
something
over.
like that.
I mean, something
Waffles
like that.
is a good one. Waffles versus pancake.
What about blue waffles?
No.
Do you know,
No.
what a blue waffle is?
Nope. Nope. It took me a second. Nope. Do not. Do not.
Don't
Do not
Google
Google
that.
it. Don't do it.
I don't know a blue waffle.
Nope.
You don't want to
Nope.
know.
I know
It's like-
awful waffle.
It's like a...
No.
What's that for Salute
Salute
Your
Your
Shorts?
Shorts.
Holy shit.
Do not.
We're dating ourselves.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God. Yeah, anyway, we're going to move on from blue waffle.
You
So
know I'm
the
gonna do
mailbag-
that, right?
What's
like
that?
the first thing I'm gonna do.
Fucking Google it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just a really nasty vagina. I'll leave it at that. You'll look at it and
I don't
you'll be
know
like,
where-
oh, that's a
Oh,
blue
no.
the
waffle.
I
worst
remember,
thing I've ever
okay, 'cause
seen.
that was Goob that told us about that.
That was Andy.
Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep calling him Goob's fucking Skype. God
Yeah.
damn it.
God damn it. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be your chance to be a part of the show, ask us questions, and
Fucking Andy.
we'll feel them and we'll answer. them.
make our job easier.
Yeah, exactly. Give
You
us
guys
some
will have
content.
probably have great ideas, and we're
We're fucking stupid.
We are. We're not very
God
smart
damn
people.
it. Why are we doing a podcast? We should kill ourselves.
Dude, we could kill ourselves on podcast.
Oh.
Done.
Ooh.
See?
We gotta do it after a while. Though,
We get a
with the
lot of
rating,
hit-
get
yeah.
those ratings
I
up.
feel like
for
if we
that.
killed ourselves on podcast, we get a lot of hits.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Somebody's gonna have to finish it up and post it though.
I'm gonna fake it and then just like
Ah!
just like fucking smack you guys and like pose you like Weekend at Bernie's and shit.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Okay, so after the mailbag, we're going to move on to a main topic, and we don't know what that's going to be. We have a main topic that we're going to talk about today, but that's going to change every week. You guys may leave main topics that you want to hear us talk about. We may choose those, but generally it's going to be something that we want to talk about. That's going to be our time to shine. I mean, you guys have anything to add? I mean,
No, I mean,
it just seems like it's going to be like the theme of the show
It's every talk show or radio show you ever heard of. They're always gonna have the one
thing.
big thing that's what's gonna draw it, and that's what their focus is for the week.
And
Pretty
I think,
simple.
like you said, most of the time we're going to come up with that topic, but we may see something in a comment or in an email or whatever
that may ignite us to pick
Oh,
that.
without
Yes,
a
it
doubt.
may be like, oh God, we may start talking about it just like, hey, that sounds like a really good idea, and we may go off on a tangent like, hey, wait a second, let's save this and let's talk about this on the podcast because
Yeah.
it's that good of a topic or it's that great of a question or it's that important of a question.
Right.
So
Yeah, it's basically going to be our time to pick something that we're passionate about and talk about it. End of
Pretty
story.
much.
Yes.
Yeah,
End of story.
easy.
After that's going to be what I think is going to be the best part of the show. We're going to move on to the lightning round.
I'm gonna get to talk a whole bunch.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's the best part of the show. I just it's a monologue.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna do a monologue.
The vagina monologues.
Well, it'll be the vagina monologues, but with me talking.
the scrotal monologue.
The
or some
scrotal
shit.
monologue.
My scrotum.
So the lightning round is going to be, and we don't have a name for it. I mean, that's just,
The lightning round.
which is the first thing we thought of.
The lightning round.
Any game show, like they have a speed round. You know,
Yeah, the
fucking lightning
$100,000
round.
pyramid of video
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, exactly. So the lightning round is going to be basically made up of 4 games. It's going to be similar to like Whose Line It Is Anyway. It doesn't fucking matter who wins. I don't give a shit if I win. I mean, I kind of do because I'm a little competitive.
Well, it'd be
A lot
funny just to
competitive.
brag about
And
shit.
rub it in your fucking face. So that's going to be comprised of 4 games. If there's a tie, we've got a special tiebreaker that we're going to do. We'll talk about that because we're actually going to play the lightning round today, so you guys can get a taste of it. Just
and so we
kinda
can get a
like-
taste of it too, because we've.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway.
Whoa.
So we're going to play the lightning round. We'll explain it when we get there, but just know that we're going to have a sweet-ass game. The winner of the lightning round is going to get to choose a retro game for the next week that they want to talk about, and O'Brien has brought that today.
That's correct.
Okay, he's got a retro game. We just pick somebody at random. He's got that in mind, so we're going to talk about a retro game today.
And the retro game comes after the lightning round.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
So you'll say, hey, he won last week, and he's got a game. And the thing is, that retro game could be one of three things, right? It could either be a game that you really remember, a game that was really great and you should go play, or something that was terrible, and we just want to fucking
comically
bitch
terrible.
about it.
Yeah, so if you want to hear us talk about retro games and you're a retro gamer, we're going to give you something to nostalgia on. If you're
nostalgia, is that a verb?
It is.
Nostalgia.
It is since the interwebs.
I like it.
I
like it. I approve.
If you're not a retro gamer, we're going to be talking about a game that you should fucking go check out. It's a game that you should not miss, and we'll tell you what we're talking about.
Yeah,
when we
you
do.
Probably should have already played it.
Or it's a game that you may have thought, I wonder if that's going to be any, or if that was any good, and then be like, nope, it was fucking terrible because we told you it was terrible.
If it's a game like fucking Comic Zone or something like that.
Hey, dude, don't. Hey, fucking Comic Zone.
Hey, Comic Zone wasn't all bad.
Comic Zone was pretty fucking cool.
It was cool, but it wasn't epic.
But I will say this: the one thing I was.
But it was comically bad. Oh my god! I'll be here all week. Tip your waitress.
But for games like, for example, a game that maybe like a Comic Zone, if you like Final Fight or shit like that,
right?
That game would be a game you'd want to go back and play.
It's a side scroller that doesn't scroll to the side.
What it does, it scrolls up and down, and you break through fucking comics, and you have items and shit.
If it's in your wheelhouse, that's a game you should go check out.
Absolutely.
So, a lot of
Comic Zone.
The thing about
I don't know why I fucking said that.
If you're game like you're an RPG fanatic, you might not go back and relive Comic Zone.
No.
But if you were a guy...
there were RPG elements to Comic Zone. You had items. You would get like a fucking knife you could throw at people.
I know. But, if you're going to go back and relive
we're going to argue that Comic Zone had an RPG element.
I'm struggling.
This is going to be a short podcast.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you could go back and find a game that at least could be in your wheelhouse. Because there's a lot of good games out there for people who like shooters or this or that may have started it and you never went back and tried. Chances are high we already fucking played it.
Absolutely.
Just so you know, I just tried to rationalize Comic Zone as an RPG because you could throw a knife at somebody.
You did.
Because only RPGs are the only games you could throw knives and collect items.
Obviously, they're the only games
throw
with knives.
That's a Russian attack. Yeah. That was an RPG.
So then we're going to talk about upcoming releases. And it's just going to be the next week. Because this is going to be a weekly podcast. We're shooting to release it, every Friday?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Friday-ish.
Yeah, we're gonna try to release it every Friday, maybe Saturday, something like that. But we're going to talk about the upcoming releases for that future week. So the next 7 days from the day it releases, we're going to talk about those games that are coming out. We're not going to talk about every fucking game. If Barbie
Dreamland or whatever,
Vagina Adventures comes out, we're not going to be talking about it.
Actually,
if that comes out, we're discussing it.
I'm totally with O'Brien on this one.
Yeah, if we can hear about Skipper's vag, we're going to talk about it.
Dude, she's underrated. Barbie was hot, don't get me wrong, but Skipper's a little underrated.
I think she's older now, right?
I think we should talk about Kin's vag.
Well,
that's a fucking crickets chirp. So anyway, we'll talk about the upcoming releases. We may give you our opinions that we care or don't. And that's really going to round out the episode.
Pretty much.
That may change if we don't have a good topic. We may throw in, because we're all sports buffs in different lights. You guys like baseball way more than I do. We all like basketball, and I probably like football way more than you guys do.
I think that's actually probably pretty fair.
Yeah, I don't watch basketball as much.
We're into fantasy sports too.
Yeah,
that might be
college
relevant.
Sports. I don't think you really care about college.
I don't care about
college football. That's all I
care. See, I care about college football and basketball.
See, I really don't care about college sports at all.
I used to care about college basketball a lot. Back when I was younger, but I just
March Madness, everybody cares about.
Yeah, everybody cares.
Actually, I don't really care that much about March Madness.
I do a bracket every year.
I don't. I haven't done a bracket in like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, like I enjoy like watching people, and if there's a big upset, like a 13 and
but for much as you like the NBA, you almost think you'd watch it to know what's coming in the future of it.
I agree, but my rationale in not watching college sports as much as I do like pro sports, and I don't like the pro game as much in a way, but the reason I don't is because stats. I'm a big stat person. And I know that somebody's going to be in college for 1 year. I can't keep track of it. And they're at most 4 years.
It's a different stat thing altogether. You can be a great college player and not go 14-5. And in NBA, you're like, that guy's a fucking six-man.
That's every sport, though. You could be a great college player and suck shit in every major league sport, except for baseball.
No, what I'm saying is a great college player's stats aren't really reflective.
I certainly do.
Aren't really reflective of how he does.
Right.
A good college player's stats are quite minuscule in comparison to a good NBA players.
But yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason I don't pay as much attention to college as I do pro. But I mean, and that's we have different opinions on sports as well.
We have a chance to like local teams, though. That's the only thing I say about college sports. A lot of places, you don't have pro shit. So.
I don't give a fuck about my local pro team.
Well, it's because we don't have one.
Well, not this local, but I mean, like the Indianapolis Colts, I fucking care less about.
Yeah, okay. Or the Pacers. I don't Pacers.
They're kind of challenging the Heat. And
Yes.
and
So
hate
if
them.
you beat the Heat, then fuck the Heat.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
mind the Pacers, but I'm not gonna fucking go to a game.
I like them more now than I did like 5-6 years ago.
Oh yeah, after the fucking Reggie Miller stuff's gone.
Oh
that's
no, see,
fine,
I
man.
liked Reggie Miller. I didn't have a problem with Reggie Miller. I was never.
I just
like,
thought he was
anti-Reggie
overrated.
Miller.
It's
I'm
Miller
sorry.
time.
I know a lot of the,
He was overrated.
all of our
I will
friends
give you
around,
that.
like a lot of our buddies.
Yes,
we hang out with are massive fans. If you say anything bad about, like I just fisted their mother, they get so angry about Reggie Miller.
I would be
Dude.
mad if you fisted my mother.
They
Stop
get
trying
so
to
mad.
fucking turn me on. We're trying to do a goddamn podcast here.
They get so mad about the Reggie Miller thing. Like fuck him, he can't play any defense.
He had a lot of threes.
Yeah, his
He did hit a
sister
lot
was
of
the
threes.
best Miller out of the bunch anyway.
Oh,
Hey, that's not that unfair of an opinion. A lot of
it's
people
not.
say
It's
that.
It's pretty accurate. So that's going to round up the podcast with the upcoming releases. Basically, we obviously don't have a mailbag section.
No, because this is our first episode. If we had mail for our first episode,
We'd
be
be
fucking
fucking
wild.
liars.
Yeah, well, we'd be badasses though too.
We'd be
People
like
knew.
Santa
They
Claus.
just heard it in the fucking streets.
Yeah,
The
they're
fucking-
like, did you hear that fucking Gamegasm podcast coming on?
Yeah.
We could get in on
We
that.
just had a game gag.
You just have a game gas
I
right
did.
there on air.
I interrupted
That or a
myself.
seizure.
It was a Gamegasm.
Ooh.
Tomato, dude.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I do C's when I game gas.
Okay. So, the main topic that we thought of today is we're just going to kind of spitball about our favorite consoles in each generation, starting with the NES generation.
Yeah, we were definitely going to throw out
Anything
television.
Wonder Swans.
Wonder Swan's later. We keep forgetting Wonder Swan. That's a much later system.
It is, isn't it?
Yes, it's
We just always talk about the Wonder
'Cause
Swans.
it's a fucking
one of those
random
fucking
one.
systems that
No,
don't-
It's
but like-
called the fucking Wonder Swan. It's like I'm gonna make a system today.
Yeah, but
the Wonder Swan.
it's Japan. They name everything
That's true.
fucking weird.
Yeah, they
Man,
like
it's fucking
animals
weird.
over there.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Tentacles. I like tentacles.
Yeah. Let's talk about tentacle porn real quick.
Yes, done. All right.
So we're gonna start the NES generation.
Yes.
Which is what, generation 3?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna start the third generation. We're gonna work our way through. We're gonna try to define a best system out of each generation, but it's gonna be opinionated because
Well, yeah.
we all played different systems.
Because I mean, if you're gonna start going best, and I'm using the air quotes here, if you're using the best, it could be like, did it sell the best? Did it set the next generation? We're just
Yeah.
really talking about what we
It's so
like the best.
subjective.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
really is. I mean, O'Brien, the historian, may maybe say, well, this set up the next generation so well, or this. Well, and
Or
that,
the
and
sales
that's,
from X generation carried over into X generation and,
and
slaughtered
that is
the other.
completely relevant. But I may
Absolutely.
say I had way more fun on this system than I
that's-
did the other system.
Yeah, that's all I was clarifying. So for the end of the day, what makes it best is really best for us. So if you're going home and go, that's clearly not the best.
Who fucking cares?
Yeah, exactly. We're talking about
Suck
what's best
my
to
dick.
us. Yeah,
Agreed.
eat your dick.
All right, so generation 3. Here's how we should do it. Just off the cuff.
I like this.
All right.
Unless it,
Each generation. What'd you say?
unless it goes somewhere else. I like this.
Oh, you're gonna like it.
Mm.
Who?
When I say, whoever
we all
says,
going to say it at the same time?
oh god, you're fucking reading my mind.
I
You
like this.
cocksucker.
I'm inside you right
So it's
now.
kind of yeah.
So I'm gonna say generation 3. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1, boom, and then we're gonna yell it out.
Just so you know, this is going to be the least suspenseful of all the generations.
yeah, probably.
Because most people are going to think there's only one system in
Yeah.
Generation 3.
Pretty much.
And for the most part,
but there were 2.
I mean,
There
to
were
be
2.
fair, there were 2. 90% of the population only heard about 1.
You're giving 10% a lot of fucking credit.
I didn't say 10% market share.
But somehow, the funny thing is, once we do this, my cousin had one too.
Did he?
So I actually played it from its inception, and nobody fucking had it.
And see, this is the awesome
When I
part.
would
is
come
that
home and talk to people, I'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
the real retro gamers are gonna be like, I know what the fuck they're talking about right now.
and then anybody else like
they're on the edge of their seat.
There was something else besides Nintendo. What is this?
All right, so 3, 2, 1, Nintendo.
Nintendo.
That's fucking easy.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of argument there.
The other system being
Sega Master
the
System.
Sega Master System.
Had some really neat stuff on it. And the only reason I know about it and the only reason I played it was because of you, O'Brien.
Yeah, we
because I
played it.
actually remember buying that for you on eBay because
Yeah, we were doing.
you were out doing something and I had eBay at somebody's house and I was reloading it instantaneously to bid on a Sega Master System.
My girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife, bought that for a birthday present.
Yes.
I remember that.
Because I had
We
one.
were
way
living
wa-
together
Yeah.
then.
We were.
Wow.
We were. It was way back in the day, and I did not have much. So about the only one of the things I didn't have in my original, and I repurchased it. But I mean, really, there's a lot of good games on it. It was technically superior to the Nintendo. We played the shit out of Phantasy Star.
Boy, did we.
You know, we were talking about this
It's a neat game.
like a couple weeks ago or something, the Sega Master System. I just remembered my dad's brother had a Sega Master System.
But see, that's the point about the fuccking system. You got to think about.
You had
my
to find an
friend's
extension
cousin-
of
My
a
friend's
family.
cousin's buddy's aunt boyfriend.
And we joked that, it's like VHS and Betamax. This is the exact thing.
This is the Betamax.
Because in the day, it was a superior system. It was more powerful, had a better controller. And
I remember the phase gun being really good.
The phase gun looked more realistic, was better. 3D glasses that you could get with it.
I forgot about the 3D stuff.
Yeah, I actually sadly have that. And then it had these other games that came in these little cards that were super cheap and you could play. The problem was there was no Sonic, there was not that much exciting, and other than a few good titles, like we used to torture our buddy Jim when we played. Remember we played that basketball game?
Oh, God.
It was just called basketball, by the way.
That basketball game
God.
was so bad.
I remember
We were
that.
like, we're going to play this game. And he would fucking sit
like,
there.
"What's it called?"
And we would play
Basketball.
He would get shitty about it.
So
It was that
like,
good.
It's like
It was-
Arch Rivals.
Oh, God.
Oh, it was way better. Or no, Arch
Arch
Rivals.
Rivals was way better.
Yeah.
God.
We've really almost
There's
covered...
no. I mean, there's no.
There's no real debate, but I
Yeah.
will say if a person's like, who maybe played Genesis or played some other later games, like a Fanstar, because that was Fanstar Online, was on Dreamcast. If you played all those games, go
Dreamcast.
back and play Phantasy Star.
But it's tough. I will say it's tough for people to do. I mean, you'd have to... This would be a
It's
game
not
that
cheap.
You really have to emulate. I mean, I think that...
it
at
actually
that
is,
point,
it
yeah.
actually is kind of a collector's item.
Yeah.
to buy... I mean, I remember this was like 7 or 8 years ago when we got the... It was like...
Way longer than that.
Was it longer than that?
It was about 10 years ago.
Wow, was it that long? Jesus. But no, I remember the system was like $400 to buy.
Well,
you
granted-
went like complete in box and all mint and
it was mint.
fucking
Yeah, you're
had
fucking.
the cellophane wrap.
Because
And
I keep
fucking,
my boxes for everything.
He's a goddamn.
It came with like
video game
virgins
elitist.
and it's
I
fucking,
may be.
but no, I'm sure you could find
box.
Hey, does that add value, bitch?
I'm sure that
like 40-year-old virgin.
Except
You're
that
trying to make me sell all my
No.
stuff.
I know, right? I wouldn't have sold it for that bitch anyways. She'd be like, "Oh, you sell your toys?
Fuck
Suck
off.
a dick.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I can find some snatch, but I sure as fuck, I can't get. Was it Oscar Goldman? Was that like the $6 Million Man's boss they talked about?
Yeah. This is yeah.
You can't find that shit
What
in
the
package.
fuck?
I don't know why.
That's what's in
you
the
know I
movie,
don't.
the $6 million man.
I remember that, but I remember the name.
I don't remember his actual name. I remember his $6 million man's boss.
If I
didn't
hear
remember
it,
the fucking
I'm
name.
never gonna.
Did he say the name in the movie?
Yeah,
I
he
don't
said.
think
I
He
haven't
did
watched
say-
that fucking show. I said it in the movie. Otherwise, I wouldn't know it.
Damn.
As soon as I hear it, it never.
This
leaves,
is
man.
what you're gonna have to deal with on a regular
No
basis.
shit. You're gonna have to deal with random fucking facts via O'Brien.
That's right.
Which
So
is,
long-
they're good though.
Yes.
They're good facts.
Fantastic.
So NES is hands down winner. The only thing I want to leave, the reason I even spent this long on the fucking Master System is the fact that there actually is some redeemably good games on it. And
But
if you,
should you buy a Master System and the games for it to check it out?
if
No.
you found it,
No fucking way.
probably not. I will say this: if you
Emulate it because there's some good shit on it.
if you could find one like a yard sale or go find one cheap at a game store,
Yeah,
If you
just
find one on
what
the
you-
yard sale, you grab that shit.
If you
It's
stumble
worth
upon
money.
it, or if
It's
you're
just
on
something
eBay and find one for like $30 or $40, you've got the money to go for it. But I wouldn't.
I don't think
you
Find
should
one for
actually
$30.
probably not, but you should actually enjoy the controller because it actually had a 360 D-pad.
Yeah.
And it was-
Yeah.
I mean, there is something
Was it
about
360 or just had the angles on it?
it's 360.
Was it?
Yeah, it was more like a big square, but it was.
Got that
Yeah.
made like Mortal Kombat and shit like that way easier after.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
on,
well
like,
you
Super
could use
Nintendo
it like
and
on
stuff.
Space Harrier. That was really the game that one of the games that came out with the Space Harrier. And that was a really cool game. It was like a Hogan's Hero. Duck Hunt, we all joke about, but Duck Hunt sucked compared to Hogan.
Fucking, except for that dog. That's what made it good.
Well, yeah, but you look
Yeah,
at
'cause
fucking.
dog just fucking pissed you off.
Yeah, he fucking trolled you nonstop.
But that game was a throw into
original
Mario
throw.
Brothers.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you look at fucking Hogan's Alley, it's patterned after the Hogan's Alley at the
I
fucking
remember
FBI
Hogan's Alley.
after the
See,
FBI Academy.
I don't remember that at all.
It was
So-
a really cool shooting game.
I think the Generation 3 was the first generation, not the first system, but the first generation that really said, this is how it's going to be. Power does not always mean the best system.
Well, yeah, and Nintendo had a jump too.
Well, Nintendo had a jump, but also, I mean, you look at like PS3, obviously more powerful than the Xbox, didn't sell as much.
Yeah.
That was a fault of other things too, but this is a prime example
Software.
that system doesn't necessarily, or the power of the system doesn't necessarily matter as
It
far
can
as
help.
sales.
It can help
Sure.
in certain regards, but at the same time,
But it can also hinder because
Yes.
price.
Agreed.
And the thing is, that back then, it just you look at the Atari. The Atari really was one on software, and this is one where Nintendo had the brand, the software, and
And they got out early. They got out first.
oh yeah, which is we all know is a big deal.
And they had Mario.
Yeah, but the thing is
You
funny
had-
when we
you
go
had
this
plumbers with mustaches.
when we go to this next. Well,
It's-
it was a marketable thing, and we look
It's
at
the face of the company.
and the
They
one
had
thing
a
that's different
face of the
between
company.
Gamers now, and gamers then. Obviously, there's young gamers now. Somebody who might listen to this might be a young person. But the point is, now, people are 30 playing video games still. It's a
Absolutely.
hobby you keep along. Back then, it was really the realm of children.
My dad's 55, still plays video games. Of course, he's who I
He-
got my Atari from.
Well, that and he's probably the exception.
Exception to
Yeah.
the rule. Yeah, absolutely.
But you understand, like, people back then was like, you're going to grow out of video games. You're
Right.
playing and you're a kid. You're going to get to high school, like
Grow
girls.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
Nerd. Yeah.
It's a different thing back then. You had Mario, which was attractive to kids. It was a brand name thing.
And women and adults.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was like the
I think
like the
women
next
just wanted the
Pac-Man.
mustache rides. Personally, I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
They're
hey,
like,
man.
Who doesn't want
overalls.
to fuck an Italian plumber with a big ass mustache?
I don't think
Not
there's anybody.
personally.
I think I do.
I don't think
mean,
there's
wait a minute.
anybody who doesn't want that in their life. I mean, generally, if I had the decision
Not
to have
Mario.
that or
I'm
not
not
have
fuck
it, I
that
would.
Luigi.
I know you are.
Mm.
Yeah, you like them long and lanky, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Anyway, let's move on to Generation 4. I know we're going to disagree on this one.
Yes. We are most definitely not going to come out the same side.
Ready?
I think beforehand we should.
16-bit.
Let's
Wait, no, but
let's
we
name
should.
the
We should.
systems.
That's exactly what I was going to say. We should name the systems. I mean, I for the most part know what we're talking about, and we all.
Because we're not going to throw out any weird ones. But the thing is funny is we talked about coming out early. The Sega Genesis came
Yeah.
out early before the Super Nintendo, and this one Sega.
And those
kinda,
are the two we're essentially.
Yeah,
saying
So we
in
got
generation.
Genesis, Super Nintendo.
Yeah, we're not fucking throwing in the fucking 3DO or anything.
No, and that's I think what we're
Yeah,
trying.
yeah, don't worry.
We're just talking about the main system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so 3, 2, 1,
Super
Sega
Nintendo.
Genesis.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm going to disagree with you guys on that
Yep.
one.
It's because your parents didn't love you, and they bought you a
See, it's
Genesis.
because my uncle had the Master System, and my dad played it, so my dad bought the Genesis.
Your dad's one of the 7 people who want to continue
7
that
people,
legacy.
yeah.
You know, the funny thing is the first system that I actually bought myself. Like, my mom would not buy me a Super Nintendo. She only would let me have one system at a time. And I think I had the
So
Genesis.
why not just burn your Nintendo?
Well, I think I had the Nintendo, and I don't.
Mom, I don't have a system anymore.
Yeah, she would only let me have one system at a time, and
That's a stupid rule.
I know it was fucking
Yeah,
retarded.
I
was
put a pillow
real-
on my parents'
I was.
face.
I thought about it, and I forgot. I don't know if I had the Genesis first, and that was the one system, or if I still had the Nintendo. But I know I had a Genesis and a Super Nintendo at one point. But I had to have Super Nintendo.
Absolutely.
I fucking
Oh,
broke.
God.
I
Super Famicom.
I had the fucking. I had a legitimate piggy bank. It was a bank in the shape of a pig.
You're
and-
gay for that, by the way.
I fucking give it. I was like 7.
I'm just kidding.
Who the fuck had? It's like, I'm sorry. It was
I had
a
a
fucking
sock
rainbow.
drawer.
It was in a fucking rainbow unicorn.
That's where I came and put my money.
Oh, nice. But no, like I had the fucking.
in the sock drawer.
No, in the socks that were in the
Oh,
socks.
okay.
Oh, nice.
So that's weird.
I
Open
gotta
the
go.
drawer.
Open
Open
the
the drawer.
I didn't jerk off on my piggy bank.
I was like, at that age,
It
it
had
was
little
just dry
corkscrew.
firing anyways.
Is that where the Spank Bank originated? Was the
Yeah,
piggy bank?
that's right. But no, I literally like all my money that I get for like report cards or birthday, like $8 here or whatever, I put it in the fucking piggy bank. Mom's like, oh, if you want a Super Nintendo, you can buy it yourself. Fucking bought a Super Nintendo.
Goddamn
for myself.
right I did.
I'm like 7 years old walking with
I'm an
fucking cash.
entrepreneur, bitch.
I'm like fucking making that shit rain up in that bitch for a fucking Super Nintendo.
By
Give it-
rain, like, flipping coins.
Like Mark Cuban.
Dude, I went to like the old Coin Star. They didn't have a Coin Star, but
Yeah, Coin Star and Art.
I had to roll my
When
own
we were
fucking
kids,
coin.
that was
Yeah.
called a bank.
Yeah. They didn't take 7%.
I will say, talk about nostalgia for the Super Nintendo. I remember getting that because it came out right at Christmas time. My parents got it for me,
Yeah.
and I remember like we always get to open one present on Christmas Eve.
Was
And-
that the one?
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh, God.
I know they
Jesus.
probably wanted me to wait, but
They
I'm
ruined
not,
Christmas.
I'm not fucking
Christmas Eve.
retarded.
Oh,
I
fuck
could
that.
tell which one it
Christmas was early.
Yeah.
I don't remember if Santa came or not, but if he would have, I would have seen him because I didn't sleep till the next morning.
Santa didn't come, but O'Brien did.
Yeah, because
Whoa.
I was all up in that Pete's pussy on Super Mario World. I was playing it, dude. It was
Yeah.
like I remember, like, oh man, there's fucking stereo. Ooh, you know,
Ooh.
I
What are
got all
these 3
cords.
cables?
Yeah, 3 cables. I had to screw this
I don't
shit
have the
in.
fucking RF
Yeah.
adapter.
Yeah, I had to screw this shit in. It was something else.
You want to talk about nostalgia? I was the only one that said Sega Genesis, and I'll wear that badge. I'll take it to the grave.
Which I had a Genesis,
Sega was great. There were a lot of great games on Sega.
Let's talk about nostalgia.
but not RPGs.
Not RPGs.
I know where you're going
Shining
with it.
Force, motherfucker.
Shining Force, motherfucker, is correct.
We all played so
God,
much.
fuck ton.
And me and you
Shining
played a
Force.
lot of the later ones, like even like Sega, the CD1, CD stuff like that.
Dude.
We did our ratings and shit.
Shining Force, while Sega wasn't my favorite of the two systems, there's like a whole special other category, like on a pedestal, on a gigantic. I'm putting the pussy on the pedestal. Put the Shining Force on the pedestal.
Without a doubt.
You
it's
have
fuck-
to.
It's Shining Force. It's fucking Shining Force.
And I barely think you're gonna find 3 bigger Shining Force fans.
in the same room,
It's gonna
honestly,
be
no.
tough.
But that's not where I was going.
Where
You
were
thought
going?
that's where I was going.
Well,
I
that,
knew-
that-
I knew
that's
you
your
played
ace
it.
in the hole for Sega Genesis.
It is.
That's the heavy artillery.
But here's my second ace in the hole. Fucking Sega Channel. I mean, that
Sega Channel was fucking amazing.
Fucking one, it was innovative as fuck.
It was Netflix before Netflix.
It was GameFly before GameFly.
it was also, we constituted like 60% of subscribers.
But it doesn't matter.
The Master System
Which is
sold
fucking
more.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand because it was $15 a month.
Was it only $15
Yeah,
a month?
$15
I don't remember.
a
I don't
month.
And
remember.
you got fucking,
My
what,
friend had it.
50 games every month?
I do, and you
It was
played
something
a
like
lot.
that.
I mean,
it was a whole
And
month.
they didn't give you like the shitty. I mean, you had some shitty games, but they
Oh,
didn't
a
just
lot
give
of
you.
shitty
They
games.
didn't
I mean,
give
you had
you
shitty games.
They didn't give you only shitty games.
Yeah,
They
it wasn't
gave you
just Vector
they
Man
gave
was the
you-
only game you got.
Vector Man was on there though.
Vector Man was
was
and that was a good fucking game.
Yeah, it was pretty solid.
But the fucking ball guy, yeah.
Yeah, but I remember, like, I mean, God.
Mortal Kombat like 3 was on there.
Oh, there
I
was a
mean,
lot of hits on there.
Let's stop for a second. We were talking about the
Yeah, because
generation.
a lot of people probably don't even know what Sega Channel is.
Yeah, so Generation 3 and Generation 4, I mean, those were your main, I'm going to go to the store and rent a game systems.
Yeah, people don't probably. I mean, most people.
Yeah,
I mean,
agree with you on that.
Blockbuster's gone.
I mean,
you rented
Generation-
games a lot. back
Generation 5, you rented games, but by the time, at least
With
us,
discs and.
but by the time that we were the age we were when Generation 5 came out, we were buying our own games, and, I mean, I remember having a job and spending all of my money on PlayStation 2 games and shit,
Pretty
you know,
much.
and N64 games.
And I'm sure kids still rented them then, but not to the same. Not to
Not
mention
us.
games got longer, so that the renting it for 3 days, you might not get through a fucking.
Yeah,
game.
exactly. So, this was in the time when renting was massive.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you rented a Super Nintendo game.
without a doubt.
You rented a Sega game. So Sega Channel comes along. Let us explain for people that don't understand what Sega Channel was. Basically, it was a subscription through your cable provider. You got a special adapter for your Sega, and they updated your games every month, right?
These are months.
Yeah.
So every month. So every month, you may have the same game on there from the last month. You may not. It just depends on what they want to rotate in. I'm sure it was decided by Sega. I don't know. But it's basically like paying $15 to rent 50 games that you can play all month with no maximum time to
And
play it on.
essentially streamed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really what it was.
Yeah,
And some of them were demos. I mean, you had like, you know, like I remember like Mortal Kombat, I think it was 2 or 3. I think 3. You could only play a certain amount of characters.
That was the best Mortal Kombat.
Oh, God. Those are so
3?
good.
Oh, 3 was the
3
best.
was
agree
so
as
amazing.
well.
Cabal, bitch.
Sector, motherfucker.
Oh, God. He blew up the world.
Sector.
Yeah.
That's such a good one.
No,
I
that
love
was
the-
Cyrax. that blew up
Cyrax.
the world. Cyrax blew up the world.
God, that was
But
my
Sector
favorite.
was awesome too. I
Sector-
preferred Cyrax because he was red. to
Dude,
the yellow.
I gotta brag a little bit. So, I was a Mortal Kombat 3 fucking veteran on the arcade.
Yes.
Whoa!
Which of course
Which is where you, I mean,
I
back-
played all.
nobody
first time I
fucking
played.
remembers anymore what an arcade was.
No,
You went
we
to
went
an
there all.
arcade.
Every mall had
You
one.
would tell your mom, hey, let's go to the mall.
I want to go to the arcade. Or if mom wanted to go shopping, you
I
went to
went
the
to the fucking
arcade while
arcade.
she was shopping.
Yep.
I fucking sat on the Mortal Kombat 3 as Sector with a line of people behind me trying to beat me, and nobody could fucking do it.
That's awesome.
I beat like 12 people in a row before somebody beat me.
And that's something you used to do. Like the original Street Fighter. Because a lot of people think of Street Fighter 2, you know, whatever. I used to play the shit out of Street Fighter in arcades and just fuck face. And nobody understood that challenging a complete stranger, not a fucking.
Right fucking next to them.
Yes, you were face
Shoulder
to
to
face.
shoulder.
They're
Yeah.
watching what you're doing. There's no hacks. There's no nothing.
No.
There's no perks. Just do you know how to fucking do the moves? Are you quicker?
or can you,
are
can
better?
you mash buttons better than the other person?
And there's no internet tough
Yeah.
guy bullshit where they're like, yeah, good game, faggot. You know, and none of
Yeah.
that shit. They were like, good game, dude.
Yeah,
You know, it was like
it was
fucking,
a handshake kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I did
it was
fucking-
sportsmanship.
I remember going in our local Pizza Hut there. It was like on the West Side, the West Side Pizza Hut. They used to have a fucking Mortal Kombat, or Mortal Kombat 1 in the fucking
Ooh.
entryway. And I was playing it, and one of the guys had gotten off work, and I was like, I was young. I was probably under 10 years old at this point. And I think me and my grandpa, I think, were there picking up a pizza, and I was playing fucking Mortal Kombat, and he didn't know what the fuck was going on.
There's
and-
blood everywhere, Grandpa.
Well, yeah, I don't know if the arcade, I don't know if the arcade had the blood on it or
It
not.
did.
But,
Yeah, it did.
but there was somebody like getting off work. I think he was like 16 or something. He's like, "Hey, you gonna play a game or whatever?" And I fucking scorpioned him, and I fucking.
Did you get over here?
Oh, well,
Get over
I
here.
fucking, I burned him alive, dude.
Yo!
Fucking block up, bitch. That's
Oh
fucking.
my
it was such an
goodness.
That was
easy,
such an easy fatality.
easy fatality, and I fucking.
But how
button
did you
mashed him.
know it? Was that wasn't your first time playing, obviously.
No, but I remember. I think like a buddy of mine told me, and I fucking was like block up, and then fucking pull off my mask and fucking
You know
blaze
how
that
many
bitch.
times
Knowing
I
those
did-
fatalities were so important because there was no fucking internet.
Yeah, you
couldn't just-
couldn't Google
Yeah,
shit.
You had to
find a
just try
fatality. And
buttons.
yeah.
No.
You couldn't even know the moves. You had to fucking find
and
them out.
it'd be like a thing of legend too. Like your buddy, would be like, oh, I think Liu Kang's fatality is quarter circle left, quarter circle right. You know,
Fucking Kano's fatality was so fucking hard to do.
I
There
honestly,
were like 50 matches to do at once. It used to fucking frustrate me.
honestly, I remember Scorpions being easy, but I also remember trying to do it and jumping. Like,
well, you had to hold block because that would prevent you from
Exactly.
jumping. And then you
Jumping.
but you look like a fucking idiot. It's like, finish you.
And you're like-
"Ha, I'm jumping. You know, it's like a fucking idiot.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I remember, even that one was hard.
Yes.
And
Because you had no point of reference.
you had no fucking clue what was going on. You had that was back when the fucking strategy guides were a big deal.
Well, yeah, because that was
How do strategy guides even sell anymore?
If you buy a strategy
Early
guide,
on,
anyway,
like the
unless
first
you're
compendium.
a collector,
Yes.
That's
and
it.
that
You're
is
a collector, or you want that information in the first month.
or like you
Well,
don't
like,
have a
like
laptop and you want to
Skyrim.
read while you're maybe.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, material.
Dude, I shit in 4 seconds anyway. I don't need to read shit.
Yeah,
and I've
but
got a
if your-
cell phone.
If your kids get older, you realize that maybe you're only piecing. So you
Oh,
take
this is depressing.
10-minute, 15-minute shits because you're like,
Getting some peace and quiet while you're dropping a piece.
that's right.
Ugh, that's terrible.
I will say, like, for a compendium, like, you know, like for Skyrim, all the weapons or this, so that's kind of nice. It's just a.
Yeah, but that'll be on the internet eventually.
Yeah, but I gotta go to the computer, I gotta
On the
look
phone,
it up.
dude. Smartphone, motherfucker.
I still gotta find it, look it. I have it all right here.
I don't.
But is that worth the $25 you're going to spend on the fucking
not
video?
necessarily.
See, I
But
think-
it is easier, but it's not necessarily worth it.
That's
I
cost
think
of entry.
personally, not necessarily just for a collector, but it's a nostalgia thing because we all had game guides back
Yes,
in the
oh,
day.
yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
The
I mean,
Bond one.
Nintendo powers, even they weren't game guides, I still fucking remember all the codes and all
Yep.
you know, they had a
Counselor's Corner is what it was called.
they had a game guide section where there'd be a small game guide of all the hot spots in blank game.
Counselor's Corner.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway,
But Sega Channel.
fucking Sega Channel. That's what I remember.
And that's a good pick for the system.
That really is.
That's not the only reason I picked it. I
know.
I didn't have a Super Nintendo
Parents
because
love you.
my parents fucking hated me.
Obviously. I have a
Uh,
Super Nintendo. I had to buy my own. Fucking man up, dude.
I
Sack
didn't want to
up.
buy my own. I had fucking Sega Channel.
That's true.
By the way, I remember playing.
Yeah, but Sega Channel came up so much later.
I know, but I played
Comic Zone was on Sega
And
Channel.
I think that's a part of the reason Sega Channel may have failed. Sega Channel
Comic
didn't
Zone?
really come out to like.
Just kidding.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, like 93, 94.
Yeah, it was
Shit.
that
I mean,
bad.
it was towards the end. You already had like your Sega CD and you had your other
But it was
systems
so
coming
far
out.
ahead of its time, though.
Oh,
I mean, Sega
no
Channel,
argument.
I mean, is-
It wasn't advertised either.
It
That's
was
what my
so far
parents
ahead
got
of its
it for
time,
me.
and it was the only one.
And people,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure there are
Period.
people who were like, "Lol, put your cable box into your Sega and get
Yeah.
games." Her.
But
And
they
like,
were all connected with an RF adapter anyway.
Yeah.
You just plugged it into the fucking Mac of it.
Pretty much.
It was so cool. It
That
was
was
so cool.
great.
Our argument for Super Nintendo though is going to be very, very simple. I feel.
It's already over.
Yeah, it had better games.
Period.
Had a
It's
lot
just like
more
PlayStation
games.
3.
Are you-
Xbox outsold it because it had better games. There's an internet joke.
PS3
PS4's got no game.
Oh, PS4, you mean?
Or, no, I'm sorry,
PS3.
PS3.
Yeah, in the
PS3.
beginning, you're right. But after that, it was just, you just...
I will say,
There's other arguments
we'll
for
talk
it,
about
but-
that later, but I will say, never mind. I'm not going to say. We'll talk about that in that generation.
Yeah,
But
you're
yeah,
not- yeah, right. you're not-
PS3 had... well, honestly, because we were talking about the
Not PS3.
non-PS3, the fucking Super Nintendo, had Squaresoft.
A little ahead of its time.
Had Squaresoft, and they
had
were
Enix.
Yeah.
It
Final
had-
Fantasy 2. Final Fantasy 2 was my favorite. It was my first RPG.
Yes, we...
That's
we,
what
Fuck
delved.
ton of RPGs.
we bond over Final Fantasy
That
2.
that's what got me into RPGs. So it kind of like you with Sega Channel. Sega Channel was your defining moment from Sega, essentially.
Absolutely.
Final Fantasy 2 was my defining moment in video games, so I have to pick Super Nintendo because that game is what turned me on to a genre of games that I don't know that I would have found otherwise.
I'm definitely in the minority, and I know that.
No, and
I
that's
don't think you're the biggest Mario you won. I mean, Sega Genesis had awesome advertising. A lot of people played Genesis, man.
And Genesis was way more of a game that you could pick up, play for a few minutes, and move on.
yeah, they weren't. I mean,
They had a
did
lot
have
of
some strategy games.
side-scrollers.
Like they had a romance. They had
Oh,
some
yeah.
other strategy games, and some games that
But
were
they
on Super
didn't
Nintendo
have
were-
much of that wasn't on Super Nintendo as well.
No, they didn't. In Super Nintendo, I mean, Super Nintendo had stereo. The controller was better.
yeah.
It had. I mean, it
It was
started getting-
smaller. The Sega Genesis was the controller was so fucking.
only had
big.
3 buttons. You know, you could have
Well,
4
and- and
plus
I had
2 on
6
top.
buttons because I had a turbo controller.
You get the turbo controller, but you get a turbo one for Super Nintendo.
Whatever,
Buttons,
whatever.
motherfucker.
You didn't have
It
Sega
was
didn't,
different.
Sega didn't have the fucking keyboard and mouse for Mario Paint, bitch.
I know you can use it for
'Cause Sega
Nobody's
didn't have Mario
ambition.
Paint.
Well, that's true.
Also didn't have
You
the
have
fucking
Sonic
blaster attachment. Fucking
Oh, my
bazooka.
fucking
that
fucking
was
bazooka.
fucking
That thing
cool.
was fucking cool.
That was cool.
That was ridiculous.
Like you can't like seeing it now, like the fucking bazooka. I mean, it kind of seems
It was
ridiculous.
so ridiculous.
It
was
was
so
awesome.
But
ridiculous.
I remember the
Didn't it
commercial.
have a fucking eye, like a little
Yeah.
sight?
Yeah, that reticle.
I
Reticle,
remember.
yeah.
I remember the fucking commercial with the fucking kid with that and fucking jumping behind his couch
And you
for
wanted to
cover
be
and
that
shit.
kid.
Yeah.
Because that kid was
Yeah.
badass.
And like it's so cool in retrospect, especially like back in the day, it's like it's a blaster. And, I didn't know anybody with the bazooka or whatever the fuck it was called.
No.
I had one.
I'm sure you did. That
You
doesn't
had
surprise me.
everything. You're fucking out of this conversation.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it was a
Normal
really
people
cool
didn't
thing.
have the blaster, but no, like I didn't know anybody with it. But it was just so cool in retrospect. I just looking back on it.
Their accessories were the nerf of the gaming system, or the gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
well,
gaming
That's
system.
perfect.
The
I didn't
gaming.
even- I wouldn't even thought about that. That's
Yeah.
perfect.
I mean, you saw the cool shit. They had the power glove and shit. You know, all the What was the little robot
Power Glove was
guy?
on Nintendo.
Little gyro.
Rob.
Rob. Thank you. God, I couldn't fucking think of his name.
That's what I'm here for.
Wow.
Rob.
His
they had
games
all
weren't
this
so
cool
great, but
no, they weren't at all. But they were so like the accessories were so neat.
there were so many different controllers for regular Nintendo.
Yeah.
Had the wireless ones.
I had the joystick. I had the fucking turbo
NES
joystick.
Advantage or NES Max. There's two of them.
I fucking know the name
But I mean,
of
they're
it.
saying,
I
like,
had the
there's-
flat thing and I had the joystick.
Yes,
and the,
that's what I had.
You
Yeah.
had the Max. But I mean, there's the Rob. There's fucking the game, the glove. I mean, it had so many cool shit. There's so much cool shit for it.
Oh yeah. Again, this is one of those experiences where Nintendo already fucking stomped them in Generation 3, and that carried into Generation 4.
Yeah,
even though
People were still playing Nintendo and still making games for Nintendo when Genesis
Sega came out.
Genesis was already doing its thing for a year or two.
Yeah.
And Nintendo was still sticking around.
yeah, and they should have.
But I think that leads us pretty well into Generation 4, though.
I think it does. Generation 4, we might all disagree on. Well, probably not.
What do we consider in Generation 4, though?
PlayStation, N64,
Sega Saturn.
Sega Saturn. Are we gonna count 32X?
No. Because that's
It came out in Generation
That's a whole
5.
other problem
Yeah,
with Sega
exactly.
in general. You have the CD, and the 32X. And somebody might say Atari Jaguar, which is a little bit later, kind of has a 64-bit system, or 3DO, or...
Are we counting the Xbox?
No, Xbox came out with PlayStation 2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. I'm stupid.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
I'm fucking retarded.
You are fucking retarded.
But no, I would say that's probably there's a lot of weird... The thing is, I think people don't understand now either. If you're, honestly, even 20 right now. Say you're 20.
Yeah.
You didn't play a game until you're 5. So you probably didn't play games until 1998. You don't understand what it's like to have more than 2, or maybe at max 3 choices.
Right.
Back then, there was a fucking plethora. And from like 88 to like fucking 95, there were always 4, 5 systems competing.
Oh, yeah.
And there's Neo Geos. I mean, Atari had a system forever. You know, you have Panasonic, Gold Star, Magnavox, all made fucking 3DOs.
Geo.
Your 3DIs. You know, you have all these different systems. It was a different... Your TurboGrafx 16s was a different world back then.
Right.
Now it's like you have your fucking Nintendo, your Xbox, your PlayStation. 3 systems.
End.
That's it.
No, everybody's too afraid to get into the fray now.
Well, the cost of producing a system is astronomical.
And also,
It's like trying to start a new fucking car brand. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to come in, I mean, you've got so many juggernauts that are established there. It's like, to come in, you have to... You just got to have balls to come in and fucking do it. And
You gotta have
Even
more than
Sega
balls. You
folded,
gotta
which-
have quality.
You have to honestly, you have to have a good studio.
Yeah.
That's what you have to have.
Sega had a good studio. They just... I don't know.
died.
Yeah, but I mean, towards the end, they weren't making a lot of other than
It was
we'll make a
arcade systems.
Sonic. That's what they did. I mean, they
Yeah.
didn't. They weren't like Nintendo. Yeah, like with Mario. But there's also
And the
Link.
bad thing
There's
about
Metro, there's Donkey
Sega
Kong.
is that Sega's didn't start their legacy with Sonic. That
No.
was on the second system.
It was, but nobody fucking remember the first one.
No.
And
Anyway.
the sad thing is, all of us are sad about Sega. We all like Sega.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
We're all sad that it didn't compete.
More competition is always good.
Yeah,
There's not a
absolutely.
situation where, less competition is better. The more competition you have, the more you're pushing the big guys, so to speak,
Yeah.
to do different things or to be different. If the big guys get comfortable, that's when they start producing
Call of Duty.
Call of Duty or Maddens, and they say, well, fuck it, no one else can compete with Madden because it's Madden. So
we're doing it
here's-
every year, and
Yeah.
we'll change.
We've got the
one,
license.
We'll change one
Call of
guy's
Duty,
one
we're gonna,
stat.
We're gonna
and here
move
you
some
go.
perks, rename some things, and change the maps a little bit.
Did you just say perks when we're talking about Madden?
No, I was talking about Call of
Call
Duty.
of
Okay, I was gonna say.
Because I started talking
I was
about
like, wait a
maps
minute.
too. And
That's way too deep for fucking Madden.
No, and that's the thing is I think I would like to see some
And you don't
like
see you don't see innovative games either,
Yeah.
too. Thinking of like pushing each other. Back then, you'd see like people would take a chance. It would take that much to make a game, and you take some wacky ass fucking idea. You know?
Yeah.
But no, kind of going to, you said the PlayStation versus 64.
Let's stop there. Let's get our fucking
Oh,
1,
yeah,
2,
yeah.
3, go.
Oh yeah. So we got PlayStation.
God, this is so tough for me.
PlayStation?
'Cause I know where both of you guys are going. I
Oh,
know
I
where
know.
Oh, he does now.
I know where both of you guys are going, and I am so in the middle on this one.
Are you?
I really am because
I'm without a doubt. I know.
Oh, I
where
know
I'm
what
going.
you're going.
Yeah.
I know where you're going. And
Oh,
I
do
know,
you now?
Yes, I do.
Throw a
All right,
fucking-
here we go. No thinking.
Okay.
Gut feeling.
Oh God, I hate to say this too.
Gut feeling. Ready?
It pains me.
3, 2, 1.
PlayStation.
N64. Fuck off, you douchebags.
And you see
I'm
how
gonna
both of us say PlayStation, and we both
Both
we
cringe.
both
You're
say
both
it's
upset
sad.
about it.
because
It's like a 51-49 for you guys, isn't
it's
it?
for me. Honestly, it really is.
Probably not that close.
60-40.
There were not any good RPGs, hardly at
But see,
all.
that's
on
what
64.
fuels you guys. That's not what fuels me.
See, here's my.
You guys are big RPG fans, and I played a lot of them, but it's
strategy games.
That's true too.
This is gonna sound weird as justifying PlayStation over. This is gonna sound really bad. God damn it!
Sorry,
I couldn't.
Sorry. We had a malfunction.
If I should fart in the mic or not.
I see people. I see hand signals, and I'm trying to talk.
And fucking Navy SEALs over here.
I seriously, he is fucking like, he's fucking giving signals, and all of a sudden everything is quiet because they're trying to not
they can't
interrupt me.
at home.
And then he just fucking farts, and he was wanting to know
Anyway,
if he should fart in the microphone, and he didn't. But anyway, so no, the reason is I honestly had more fun on 64.
Mm-hmm.
I legitimately had more fun. The amount of hours we put into Smash Bros, the amount of hours we put into Bond. Fuck, I played a lot of Killer Instinct of all fucking games. And that game...
Combo
Breaker.
Oh, dude, it's a good game.
And not to mention... Mario Kart, Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, all these games were fucking amazing.
Mario Sunshine was on GameCube.
Was it GameCube? Was that GameCube?
Yeah.
GameCube.
Oh, history, motherfucker.
Son of a bitch. God damn, I knew that didn't sound.
See, it's so much fun. It just bled in there.
As soon as I said
Mario
that,
Party.
Mario Party. Oh god,
I didn't play a ton of Mario Party. You guys more did that.
Oh,
I remember
God.
your cousin fucking got a blister in the middle of his hand from Mario Party.
He was and he just would fucking pop him because there was like
I
this.
remember the
He
story. This
spin
is
the stick, and he did it with
that
his
was the
palm.
hardest game. We all sucked at it. That was the toughest one, and he didn't care. He would always win.
He would always win because he's a goddamn monster.
And he has a callus, and he didn't even fuck. He would get blister and just rip it off and
Pop
keep doing
it and put it
and
right
still-
on the blister.
That's man mode, right?
And they
there.
were like, "Hey,
Fuck
I
man
gotta
mode.
use that controller next."
Yeah, he'd still
motherfucker.
fucking whoop our ass at it.
Yeah.
Granted,
Anyway,
he'd still lose the game, but he won that one.
But I had more fun on 64. But it like you said, it goes back to the RPGs for me.
not for
PlayStation-
I played a lot of PlayStation RPGs, but still in
PlayStation
64
had
wins.
so many great RPGs, and the two defining ones.
Don't fucking say what I think you're gonna say.
Oh, come on. Now, we're going to be on the minority of the people of our age range, or even a little bit older. We don't think that Final Fantasy VII
Is the greatest
set
thing.
the world on fire and everything's different.
It was
It did set the world on fire.
It was
but it wasn't. It didn't set our world on fire.
It made RPGs less dorky. It was the
It did.
gateway.
It was
to
the
It was
owning
the
up.
acceptable.
Yeah.
It was like when you're a dork in high school and you're playing.
You hid
You're
this
playing.
shit.
You're playing RPGs in your fucking basement, or with your friends on the weekends. That's great.
You're not gonna tell your fucking the jocks at school you played Luffy
But the thing is, the jocks at school, they're like, dude, I played this Final Fantasy game and it's kind of cool. I don't know what it's like because
They
they
still
never
kind
played
of
an
hit
RPG.
it,
They still
but
kinda
it
hit
made them all experience it.
And the thing is, like that and Final Fantasy Tactics. And I hate to
Oh
be
my
I'm not a
God.
Final Fantasy fanboy. I'm really not.
Final
but
Fantasy Tactics
but
is
early
so
on,
You just
kinda
named
had
2
to be.
Final Fantasy
Oh,
games.
suck a dick. I'll name more. Fuck
What about
you.
Persona? That was a good RPG.
Shin Megami Tensei?
That was
Parasite Eve.
Oh,
Parasite
Parasite
Eve is so
Eve.
good.
Oh my god.
I mean, I played a ton of RPGs on
Wild Arms, dude. I love
Wild
the
Arms
fuck
was
out of
so
Wild.
good.
on
Suikoden.
PlayStation.
Oh no.
And here's the problem.
Stop it.
You know,
Stop it with
how about this?
Oh,
Here's one
God.
for you. Epic Quest 64.
Ogre Battle.
That's all you got.
Ogre Battle was
Ogre Battle
amazing.
64 is amazing.
RPGs don't make a system though.
No, but good software does.
But see, to me, this is the issue.
There are a lot of bad games.
There were a lot of bad games,
It's,
but the Nintendo games
We're amazing.
We're amazing.
fucking amazing.
That's a
all
constant.
All their sport. They had a couple sports games on there, didn't they? On
like
64?
Quarterback Club '98.
Oh, Blitz.
Yeah, but
A Blitz
a
was
Blitz
on.
but
was
they
64.
didn't have the.
I was thinking Mario Sports. They haven't.
They didn't have those. That
No,
really,
they didn't
that
have
was
Mario
really,
Sports. That was GameCube.
That was GameCube.
The problem was too that 64 started, at least for the next two systems, the kiddie movement. There were a few bad. There were Conker's Bad Fur Day. There were some naughty games.
I'm the only
But-
30-year-old man that's okay with that.
No, but I just it's just I
They
don't-
did. They
didn't do
pigeonholed
Vandal Heart.
themselves.
That is literally the word I was going to use.
They
They
pigeonholed
pigeonholed
themselves.
themselves, and for better or worse. I mean, it's working out all right for them. The people in Nintendo aren't like, oh my god, I
It
can't
didn't work
believe.
out for them in the next era. It
Yeah.
took them a whole. They had honestly they had to hold on to their handhelds and then get lucky on the Wii.
They released in the GameCube. They released the naughty games,
There were
BMX
a
Triple
few.
X, and there
They-
were
Eternal
Eternal
Darkness.
Darkness.
They
Yeah,
had a few.
yeah. Oh yeah, exactly.
You know, and think
Finding
about
an M-rated game on GameCube was a task.
And
Yeah, it was.
I read about the 64 for like a year and a half in Nintendo Power.
Yeah.
I could not wait. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a Nintendo fanboy, but it's probably my favorite company system.
I would agree.
And I could not wait for it, and it was just the controller's not as good as the PlayStation.
The controller
It's
was
the
awesome.
weirdest controller.
It was
in the
awesome when you first got it,
world.
and I remember justifying the controller back in the day, like, this controller's so great, and then you
But
go
you
back
had
and
to
play with it.
struggle.
I
And you're
fucking
like-
got
And the
one.
little expansion pack thing.
That
the
was, and then
fucking-
yeah.
Rumble pack, all that stuff shit you put on. Just at the end of the day, it was
The
still,
Rumble Pack was cool, but you had to pay
it was
for it.
You did. You know, it's hard for me to argue against the PlayStation because the PlayStation had what the PlayStation did was go out and grab every third-party company that was good and put them into an exclusive.
Which, by the way, is very impressive. One, it's not as impressive because it was fucking Sony.
Fucking hate Sony.
But it was very impressive because that was their first foray into the gaming world.
Well, it wasn't a hard one considering Nintendo.
Considering they're Sony.
Well, Nintendo wasn't fucked hearted. I don't know how many people know this. That the fucking PlayStation never would have came out. In Japan, there's a Nintendo 64 Double D, which is a bad name for us. Yeah, I know, right? Nobody in Japan has a Double D, so they didn't get the joke. But no offense. I don't really care. You know, and that disk drive, which what it stood for.
By the way, if you're an Asian chick and have double D's, feel free to send.
Yeah, we will go
Yeah.
Mr. Choose on you. It's all good. It was a system that had made by Sony. Sony's going to make this for them, and it was going to produce CD-ROMs. And then Nintendo said, you know what? We don't think CD-ROMs are ready yet. We're going to stick with cartridge. So Sony said, fuck it. We got all this technology. We'll make a system.
Yeah.
So Nintendo would have just kept to it. We'd never deal with Sony's bullshit. But
maybe
we
it's
wouldn't
better
have
for
the
PlayStations, PlayStation 2, 3, and 4. I mean, those have been
They're
mainstays
still around.
since.
Still
all
around.
those RPGs on and I know it's saying it motivates but so many good games on PlayStation.
There were.
And there's a lot of good games. Dude, Ogre Battle 64, fucking awesome.
That game was so
And also,
good.
you haven't mentioned any of these games. I would say not your aces for 64, but Ocarina of Time.
Well, that and I was literally
The
getting ready to
Link
talk about
games.
this.
GoldenEye.
This is the thing that Nintendo will always have. I don't care. You could be the 56th Nintendo system. If they make a Link game, people are going to buy it. Or a Zelda game, people are going to buy it. If they make a Donkey Kong game, a lot of people are going to buy it. Mario, people are going to buy it. Metroid, people are going to buy it. Smash Brothers, people are going to buy it. I mean, they've got so many mainstays.
Make these into
Their
any
first
kind
party
of game.
games are great.
You can
They're
make
very good.
They made a Mario RPG on Super Nintendo.
It was fun.
Awesome.
Yes,
It was
it
fun.
was amazing. You can make any of these games, any type of genre of game, and it's going to work.
Mario Tennis. Fucking Mario Baseball.
The Mario sports games were
Mario
one of
Sports
the
games were
best.
fun.
They were
really are.
amazing.
They
What
were.
did you play with like
Mario Golf was great.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I played that with Tiger Woods every day. I
mean, I like Tiger Woods, but Mario Golf was
Mario Golf
awesome.
was more fun.
Mario Kart, that's another game that people will buy
it's
every
amazing.
fucking time.
Amazing.
Mario Kart's always great.
So we agree. We agree
agree
on
to-
everything, but we still disagree on the systems that we choose.
Yeah, it's
well,
very, and I will say, we really
a matter of
look over
preference
it.
for us.
Absolutely.
It's a very close thing.
It is.
It's tough, but at the end of the day, I think I have to put it that way.
And I'm with you. I'm in the PlayStation camp as you are, O'Brien. But it literally is. He said 51-49. That really is what it is for me because it's really what games did I have the most fun playing, or what games did I play the most
Which
of.
do you think is the best system? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If
if
you
you
go
went
with-
to 60-40, you are very close, and for me, it's
Oh
probably
yeah, that's why 60-40 or 55-45. But if you're gonna say what's the best system for like a real best term,
yeah,
it
it's
cannot
got to be the
even that
PlayStation.
close.
Yeah, it's got to be the PlayStation.
Yeah.
PlayStation took so much of the market share; it was retarded.
So the next generation, we've got a new Microsoft came in.
You have
With their
Xbox,
400-pound system.
Yeah.
Xbox, PlayStation 2,
I once used an Xbox to
Dreamcast,
bludgeon a small child.
And GameCube.
and GameCube.
So Sega came back.
Sega was in the last one, Saturn. We
Oh,
just didn't bring
we
it
just
up.
didn't fucking talk
Which,
about
by
it.
the way, I would say a part of me wanted to say the Saturn, just because there were some.
But that's a nostalgia thing again, though.
It is because
Yeah.
Panzer Dragoon Saga.
And we never talked about Sega.
If you can get like a small loan for your house, you can buy that game
like $600,
if you want it mint.
Yeah.
I mean, not that much, but it's a fucking
$400.
It's an
easy.
awesome game, amazing games, and I'm lucky enough to play it. But it's like Sega Saturn on Shining Force had one, awesome. Magic Knight Rares, we played the shit out.
I forgot about that game.
Yeah, we
I
played.
don't
Some,
even know what that is, so I'm just gonna stay.
it's
out of
working designs. The guys who made like Lunar and all that shit.
Oh, okay.
One of my favorite RPG
Lunar was
companies.
really good.
So we played all those on Saturn. Saturn had a lot of good art strategy games like Heir to Zendor and some other ones from Koei that only
With
came out on
Dragon
Saturn.
Force.
Oh god, we played the
Dragon
fuck out of
Force,
it.
Dragon
Not
Force.
the shitty fucking band.
No, I forgot about Dragon Force.
Dragon Force. I don't know where I just pulled that out of my ass.
We
but
played
fucking
a lot of Dragon Force.
That was a good game.
But for all intents and purposes, Dreamcast was their foray back into even competition. Well, maybe even not.
No,
because
Saturn rocked Japan. Japan
We're not
was a
talking about
Saturn.
Japan.
I know what I'm saying. It's
Sega's
Saturn's
always been popular.
We were talking about their tits earlier.
Yeah,
we were talking about.
it's
double
always
D.
relevant.
Yeah.
Tits are always relevant. No,
Yes.
they did a lot of good things with that system. It's just a lot of. They kind of went away from Sonic and had that fucking Jester Knights guy. They didn't have a keyboard. Once again, they were innovative.
That is.
Oh yeah, the guy that was like the one of
It's
their launch
called-
title.
it's called
like,
Knights.
That was
Yeah.
actually their launch
What
title
is
because I
launch
remember
title?
seeing
That
that
is.
shit at like Sears.
I have a
And
keyboard
you had the
for that
fucking demo where you
system.
fucking fly through rings and shit like that. It was a cool
I
fucking
had a
game.
Sega
And later on, you
CD.
could get online on it. That's
I-
what you had the keyboard for.
I had a Sega CD.
And their controllers had their own area code though.
Every
Those
Sega
controllers.
controller had their own fucking area code.
Like, Genesis were big. Nah, it wasn't.
In comparison to the other systems in the generation.
The fucking Dreamcast used Xbox's controllers.
We haven't got the Dreamcast yet, really.
Where the Xbox used Dreamcast's controllers,
A little
too.
bit.
Yeah.
One was thicker, but
The
Xbox
original
was heavier.
the original Xbox controller was fucking like that ridiculous fucking.
Yeah, it was
thing.
heavier, but the Dreamcast one was pretty light.
All right, so let's move on to the next generation then.
Yeah.
What is this, 6?
Yeah,
That's going to be rough for you, but I think I know what you're going to say.
So tough. Because part of me wants to say the obvious answer, I just don't want to say it.
All right, just got it?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, PS2.
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2. I was trying so hard to say something
But
different.
it
I
comes
know,
it
you
comes
have
back
to.
down to titles. The Xbox, in my opinion, was a superior system.
It was more powerful.
And it had Halo.
I had a hard drive.
No, but that is all it had. Name another great game on Xbox that wasn't a great game. I love that
We
game.
put the fuck out of
It was not a great
a
game.
great game on Xbox?
There was another game that was like a card game kind of, but it was still like in a real world that was really cool, destructible environment. It was like an indie title that was really good. I forget the name of it.
There were a
but
lot of good games on Xbox. There were a lot of good games on
Red
Xbox that
Faction?
were also
No.
on.
It was like a card game, but you played as a fucking it was a third person.
That's
And
weird.
you had like a deck of cards that would like be your abilities. I played it over your house. one
Later
time.
on, we
If
played.
I've never heard of it. It probably wasn't that great.
Later on,
It was
we
a
played.
really,
we
like,
played more Xbox. There towards the end, especially. We played Morrowind on that.
Morrowind was the other title. I mean,
But that came out like way after the PC version did.
Sure.
I mean, I don't have official dates in my head.
Not to
but-
knock PC gamers, but it's not like for most people, especially back then. Most people are going to be playing on console.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's completely fair.
it is.
But-
That's when PC was really starting to grow into.
But PlayStation 2 just had titles. I mean, Xbox you
It
had
had
It
all
wasn't. It almost wasn't even fair.
It had all the exclusivity, but the reason PlayStation 2 was so dominant was because PlayStation 1 took all the fucking market share, and PlayStation 2 had a DVD player in it.
And I was really close to saying GameCube. Not gonna lie.
really.
Yeah,
Dude,
I fucking love my GameCube. It's
GameCube's
right there in
great.
the closet. I still have it.
Kind of with you.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're in the closet?
I said with you.
Oh, no, whatever, dude. Whatever.
Suck a dick.
you're both fucking gay.
All right, let's be
It's
gay
true.
together, dude.
There you go. Mission solved.
Done.
All right. Podcast over.
See, part
All
of me
right.
want to say GameCube, part of me want to say Dreamcast.
See, I was split 25-25.
I didn't play enough Dreamcast to have
I even
relevant
connected that bitch to
conversation.
the internet to play Phantasy Star
Oh,
Online.
dude. No shit. I lived at my grandma's house at the time. I had a fucking phone cord strung from my room through the dining room, halfway into the living room, plugged into the phone jack just to play NFL Quarterback Club. Or might have even been Madden on Sega online. It was so fucking laggy.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, the
It
problem
was
is...
terrible, but I did it, and I fucking fought through it like a man. I'm not like, I'm lagging, I'm getting off
Well,
here.
it was different back
My
then.
ping is 150.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Back then, your ping was 1,500.
You know what your fucking ping was.
Yeah, what's latency?
Exactly. It just, I don't know, it's like, it was way innovative. It's actually, the funny thing is, their online thing, if you look at the bottom of their fucking system for those 18 people who have their Dreamcast, it actually says Microsoft. Microsoft is the power for their online.
I
Go.
did not know that.
Yeah, it's kind of, another fucking keyboard I bought for a system I rarely use. I don't know.
Yeah.
They must have saw me coming.
Like
I
this
have like
fucking guy.
I have 3 keyboards. I'm like, fuck,
What the fuck am I doing?
What do I need a keyboard for a Sega Saturn?
Where's USB when I need it?
I know, right? But
I remember you running up the stairs with my PS2 before you had one, and you fucking tripped, and you smacked it into your stairs, and you put a big white scuff in it from your stairs.
That's awesome.
They still work though.
It did still
I'd have
work,
felt
although
bad.
it did break.
Which
down.
is surprising because PS2s were a little finicky sometimes.
They were the fucking
That was
DVD
also
reader.
that was also the
Reader.
first system that really had like problems.
Yeah, but you see,
Since then, we've
yeah.
had like Red Ring of Death and shit like
the
that.
thing is funny about that one too. Like, you know how many people bought a PS2 because they could get a DVD player?
But the DVD
Yeah.
player I heard fucked up your shit because it
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 spun
read at
faster
different-
than-
it read at
yeah.
different speeds.
Yeah,
like
But-
don't play a DVD in it. Like, why? That's why I fucking bought the thing.
yeah, exactly.
Everybody bought it. Like, lots of people who weren't gamers. That's the thing that's really made, I think, video gaming go out. A lot of people bought it because DVD players are fucking expensive.
I need a DVD player, and my son wants a video game system.
Kind of like PS3 had it whenever they first came out. Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Blu-ray players were like $600
First, it was
or
like
$500.
the HD DVD,
Well, yeah, but you did- yeah,
which
you
is
didn't
still
know.
a superior format.
But
But they won because I would like if I was gonna buy a Blu-ray player and they were like $500 like they were when they came out. I just buy the $600 PlayStation. Give me the extra $100. Give
Why
me a fucking
not?
PlayStation.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Why
Even
would you
though
not
it's
do
a
that?
shitty Blu-ray player, just like the PS2 was a shitty DVD player.
Still
If you
play
had-
DVDs.
If you had a good DVD player, you could see the difference. But once again, nobody fucking knew any better.
Yeah.
I think I don't even think this is a close comparison. I had more nostalgia maybe in my GameCube and my Dreamcast, but PlayStation 2 is just...
I remember that's actually, during the PlayStation 2 generation, I actually worked at GameStop. I was a system manager or whatever. And I remember them putting out, like, the next generation of systems, and I would always bitch because, like, why the fuck is PlayStation 2 still coming out with games? Like, 360 be putting out games.
Right.
And you'd still be like, oh, they're launching on PlayStation 2. Like, why the fuck would you buy this? But people, you know what they did? They came in and bought Madden 2005 or whatever it was on PlayStation 2.
For $4.
Yeah.
Because their kid wanted to play a video game, they didn't want to spend $60.
Exactly. And then they'd still have a PlayStation 2 left over from last generation.
And you forgot one real big thing for all these systems. That would be backwards compatibility.
Right?
Yep.
That is what made PlayStation 2 partly. Two, you had a backlog of hundreds of titles.
Hundreds of good titles.
Absolutely brilliant.
Why didn't they? Why do no companies do that anymore?
Well, think about it. GameCube was the first disc-based one for them.
Yeah.
And Sega Saturn and
well, I know Nintendo does it.
Yeah, but why didn't Sega Saturn?
GameCube should have had a slot on the side to put your fucking N64 games.
Well, you can play your fucking Game Boy games on it. We played Game Boy games on mine.
We did.
When they were like, the Wii will play GameCube games, I was like, what the fuck? How is this little $50 disc gonna fit in the goddamn CD?
What was the idea of that fucking?
I have no clue.
But you look at a GameCube, you can't say, and they don't necessarily deny it. It's more of a deflection, but they'll come to like, well, we were making it for a certain audience, but we weren't trying to make it kid-centric.
The tray was fucking big enough to hold a CD.
Yeah.
Why make the little ones? I don't fucking get it.
Because it's cuter. It's cuter.
I guess it's brand recognition.
Fucking system. It's what it was. You were doing to brand you.
Hey, they were cheaper. There was less surface area. There was less surface area. I don't know.
The system was cheaper. It was a cheaper system to make.
So we all agree on that one.
Yeah.
Even if half-heartedly, we all agree.
I don't want to agree. I want to say Xbox.
Agreed.
Or I want to say something else, but I can't.
Because people didn't play the Dreamcast enough.
And the Dreamcast deserves some attention.
It did. The VMU.
Crazy Taxi.
The VMU, Crazy Taxi was great.
Oh yeah, they had a lot of good games on
Soul
Dreamcast.
Calibur.
They just didn't have the cash.
Seventh Cross Evolution.
We said great games.
Oh no, dude, I'm with you on that one. We
it was not great. It was not great, but it was a fun game.
But I mean, they didn't have a lot of RPGs. Once again, it was the same problem with all the Sega systems. They didn't have enough RPGs.
No.
They had Skies of Arcadia. That was a really good game.
I never played that.
Me either.
You had to search for them, dude. You had to fucking find the RPGs again.
Yep.
That's a problem.
Because those are hardcore gamers right there.
Yeah.
Those people are going to go out and wait in fucking line. One thing you say about RPG players compared to not all those types of game players, those guys are going to fucking wait in line, buy every peripheral, and buy your games brand new. Those guys will.
Yeah.
And you don't, not only do you not cater to them, you pretty much take a big shit on them a lot of times.
I enjoyed that. Taking a big shit on people.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, that's really what I prefer.
Get shit on, noob. I don't even really care to talk about the next generation because we're literally just getting out of it. I mean,
it's ways worth discussing a little.
Well, you could pick a winner or the system you like the best, but this will be honestly,
1, 2, 3, Xbox 360.
Xbox 360. It's gonna be so easy.
I mean,
it's gonna be like NES.
Yeah, I mean we all had a Wii.
It's a topic for another day.
I didn't have a Wii actually.
Where like you could almost really dissect it because there's a lot more. It's the longest of the cycles.
Yeah, and
we could bring this. We could bring this topic up because I agree because I don't think it's. There's a winner. There's obviously a definitive winner between us, but I think there are things that should be said about each. I mean, because there were a lot of ins and outs of this.
A lot of things changed, and also
a lot of new shit.
This is a lot of things
where
everybody
changed the fucking world.
It did,
just because it was completely different.
Yeah. And I think that is a topic. I mean, I know we've got our.
Unfortunately, I think the Wii or the Nintendo has again pigeonholed themselves.
Yeah, I'll agree. Like I said before,
further.
Even though they technically sold the most systems, I don't count them as a winner. Not like a nostalgic winner. I'm just talking about MPD group who's got the most sales and money winner.
Right.
I don't count them as the winner.
Right. Well, so I mean, there's not much more to say. I mean.
Unless we go on, we could literally go on for another hour on those three systems.
We've skipped a shit ton of stuff that we could have talked about on Dreamcast.
Oh yeah.
N64 we could have kept going on. PlayStation we could have kept going.
Yeah,
on.
and the thing is, we'll have to come back and maybe revisit some forgotten systems.
And we might talk about this again if you guys have enough questions in the comments that make actually sense for us to bring this back up.
I really think that we haven't. I mean, we could really sit here and talk about the current. I guess I say current as of 2 weeks ago. Current generation of systems. We can talk about it ad nauseum essentially. But almost we could talk about it so much that I don't know if it would accomplish anything.
You fucking lawyer? Leave the fucking
fucking ad nauseum. That's right. I wrote up ad nauseum. Suck a dick.
Habeas corpus. Let's go.
Anyway, so point being is that it's an hour and 15 minutes into the podcast, and we've talked about the main
topic.
topic for a long fucking time.
That's how that might be. It may not be
Yeah.
that. It may not be that long of a time.
This is
We had to fill up the mail sack.
this is why.
Teabag that shit.
My mail sack's full, baby. Anyway, so let's move on to the lightning round.
Oh, yeah, girl. It's time for the lightning round.
All right, so the lightning round is obviously we described it as the game that we're gonna play, and let's actually
The game of lightning.
The game of lightning.
The game of lightning.
It's like fucking playing
Thor
with
over here.
Zeus.
I am Zeus.
So the game's gonna break down like this.
Great Odin's Ravens.
We've got, God damn it, we've got 4 rounds. Each of those rounds is gonna allot a certain amount of points, and if anybody, well, there's only going to be a total of 10 points that can be given out. So if 2 players are tied at the end of those rounds, then we move on to a fucking sudden death, a tiebreaker.
We don't get to kill each other. I mean, sudden death.
if you want to. I mean, the podcast will be over in 1 episode, but
We can carry on
Well, two of
until
us-
the next tie.
two of us
then
can
it'll be
carry
a
on.
solo man if he somehow loses.
So sudden death is really who carries on the podcast. Really what it is.
Exactly.
It's like in 10 episodes in, we may not have a podcast.
We may not.
Or sooner.
Heightens the excitement.
So our first
So tune
game,
in.
our first game we're calling Keep It in the Family. This is a category-based game where one of us is going to pick a category, and we've got to go around in a circle and name as many things as we can in that category, and the first one to get stumped is out. The other 2 continue on until we have a fucking final winner.
Yep.
All right.
Pretty simple.
Easy going.
Pretty
Well,
simple.
Do we want to do it now, or do we want to go over the games first?
No,
and
let's
then-
fucking do it.
Let's
We'll
do
move
it.
on to the description of the
Fucking
next
do
game
it,
during the
damn
next
it.
time.
Fucking do it, Dave.
Let's fucking do it, damn it.
Recording in the dark.
Fucking corn. God, that CD was good. So good.
Oh, so good.
I'm going to say CD because I didn't have the album.
Yeah, what's it good? I
That
didn't go buy
record
on
was-
vinyl.
I hate people that say record. That record was so good, especially when they're talking about one song. Fucking, why is it? I don't know why it's
Because
like
back when they
artists.
used to buy fucking singles like that.
That
on
record
records.
was so fuck
I
off.
got that single on a
Goddamn
45.
hippie.
Oh,
Anyway, so keep it in the family. Category-based game. I'm gonna choose the first category. Why not?
Well, okay, go for it.
Yeah, fuck you guys. I'm doing
all
it.
right.
Let's do Mario, but the enemies of Mario, the baddies of Mario.
Okay.
You go first.
Shy Guy.
Lakitu.
Bowser,
Koopa.
Bullet Bill.
Bullet Bill,
Mm,
Birdo.
a Goomba.
Oh fucking shit.
Ah!
Chain Chomp. Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Petey Piranha.
That's pretty good. Ludwig von Koopa.
Oh, are we going that specific? Holy shit.
Thwomp.
I thought you were gonna say Thor. I was like, what the fuck?
Thor. Yes, Thor. He was a secret character. He was in a lot of them.
Cheap Chiefs.
Oh, that was close. Woo! That was the Hammer Brothers.
God damn it.
Boo.
Oh!
Boo's a good one there.
Fuck myself.
No. Does Boo time out? Does Boo encompass all boos, or
That's a good idea. Does it encompass all boos? Or can I continue on the...
Well, can we say red Koopa, green Koopa? I would say Boo's
He
Boo.
said Koopas, so I think...
Boo counts as Boo's.
Boo eliminates all boos? Then, 'cause I mean, I will say it's
You
kind
could
of
go
a,
on forever.
It's kind of a suffix, because there's like a photo Boo,
Big Boo.
Big
Big
Boo.
Boo, yeah.
It's kind of like red Koopa's a
Yeah.
prefix, yeah. So so Boo kills everything.
Boo's is Boo.
Boo is Boo.
Fucking
Yeah.
dicks! I'm out. God damn it.
Football Brothers.
Hammer Brothers.
He already
Already
said
said
Hammer.
it. Oh, yes! Inaugural point. Suck a
You
fat dick.
fucking idiot.
I still had a couple
I honestly,
in
as
the
soon as
fucking
as soon
chamber.
as
What's the goddamn bone
Dry
Koopa?
bones, bitch.
Dry bones.
I already
God,
had that as my spare.
I couldn't fucking think of
Dry
that.
Bones is good.
God damn it. So
I
you
honestly,
win.
I said Hammer Brothers, and I was like, as soon as I said it, I was like, oh, I think he said that. I thought he said it, and he did. Cock.
Was there a name for the sun in the desert levels?
I'm sure there was.
Oh, there's totally a name for the sun.
But I don't remember.
If
it.
I would have just said the sun, would you have
fucking
counted
hated
it?
those
Oh
fucking
god
stages.
damn, I
Pissed
hated
me
those.
Oh, that was fucking terrible. Like, you just walk around, do your own thing, and the fucking sun would come up and fucking hit you.
I
Like,
lost
oh.
my own fucking category. God damn it.
How does that feel?
So you won.
Drink that in.
You get to, I'll drink it right now. You get to pick the category then.
It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say beat 'em ups. Just the
Like,
games.
okay. I got that.
Like side scroller beat 'em up kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Double Dragon.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, pause. Are we naming...
No sequels.
Okay. Streets of Rage.
Final Fight.
I'll go Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
That's a beat 'em up. It's just a different kind
Yeah,
of beat 'em
yeah.
up.
Battletoads.
God of War, then.
Ninja Gaiden.
Does that count as a beat 'em up? That's an action game.
No, I don't
Well, no,
count
no,
that as... Well, here's
It's,
the thing.
it's, if you count a Devil May Cry, you gotta count.
I do not count Ninja Gaiden on Nintendo. I
No,
do
that's
count Ninja Gaiden on Xbox.
That's what I was referring to. Because I was going along the Devil May Cry, the God of War.
Okay. Let's do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Very true. This is going to be a stretch, but I think it should count.
Okay.
Oh, God.
We'll decide.
Dynasty Warriors.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'm totally fine with that. And now I'm fucked. I am totally fucked. Smash Brothers?
No, that's a fighting game.
game. Okay.
Damn it. Cock.
Let's do the Simpsons arcade game.
Fuck.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good
Hell,
game.
there's so many
Knights of the Round.
What the fuck?
that arcade game? Is
Yes,
that
it
the arcade game?
was.
Is it the D&D
They
one?
actually put it out on
That's the
Sega
D&D one,
Genesis.
isn't it? Oh, that was so good.
What the fuck?
That was a good fuck. It was hard as fuck, though.
Oh no!
Yeah.
What's it
X
called?
rearranged the whole style.
What's the fucking game called?
Rearranged the
I don't
whole
know, you
game.
can't tell me.
The Nintendo game where you played the guy. He had like punching bags and shit that would chase you. You
Chased by
fucking know what I'm talking about.
Chased by punching bags.
What the fuck game am I talking about? It was like something Streets.
Streets of Rage.
No, it was on Nintendo.
Rage of Streets.
I don't fucking. I will find that motherfucker.
Street
will.
Fighter.
No. God damn, did you get 2 fucking points? In
I
that
got
round?
2 points in that.
You're an
Cheating
asshole.
cocksucker.
I am an asshole.
Fucking.
All right, so
dick.
the reason we do 2 rounds in this one is because the other ones
we decided it was good.
we'll
number.
explain later. So round 2 is going to be called Devil's Advocate. This is a game where we pick a fucking random, arbitrary argument that sometimes there's a definitive correct answer, and sometimes it's just completely open to just about anything. And we debate. A small mini debate.
It's kind of like how we said the systems at first.
Yeah.
One person's going to say this or this, and then the other 2 people have to go this, and then you try and argue your point. And now if you both say the same thing, then the moderator,
person
I
is-
guess, picks who chooses first.
Yeah.
Well, the first person who spouts something out, they have to argue their point first. The
Yes.
second person gets to sit back, think about their topic because they didn't slam on, which means they're probably going to be
Taking the
having
shittier of the
the
2
worst
options.
topic.
Theoretically, yeah. Unless somebody just says something because they want to say something.
Which,
too.
in practice times,
Has happened.
That would be me.
And the moderator gets to choose their favorite argument.
Yep.
And it's very arbitrary.
It's
There's-
completely subjective. It has nothing to do with the right or wrong argument. It's what the moderator thinks.
And we all get a chance to be a moderator, so,
So we'll
everybody
go
gets
3 rounds of this.
completely fair.
But
So
O'Brien, you won the last
you won
one, so I
again,
think
you
you're
cock.
Yes.
Filthy bastard.
You're not off to a good start, just
You're
letting you know.
cheating asshole.
Everything you can
I love you.
say.
You rigged it.
I love
yeah,
you.
I'm just saying, I'm completely...
I do want to point out that we
Bribable.
did practice this, and I won. I want to point that out.
By win, you mean you got pooped on.
Yeah,
No, I
you got
won.
shit on, dude.
The last time we tried, I won.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have a topic?
I do. I have a good one here, actually. Okay, I'll go with this one.
Okay.
Who would you rather slam on?
Oh, it's good already.
Tifa or the chick from Parasite Eve?
Chick from Paradise Eve.
Oh,
God
Andrew
damn it.
win for that one. Andrew, the floor is yours.
Okay. Now, my first thing is I don't remember her name. Is it Aya? Aya? I think it's Aya. I think it's Aya.
AYA,
I think
isn't
it's,
it?
I think it's
Something like
AYA.
that. I don't know.
Regardless, it doesn't matter her name because how many chicks you slam on, you don't remember the name? Doesn't matter. And the name is absolutely irrelevant. But she had like that little comb over, blonde look. And she also, which was the comb over, like not like a gay comb over, like like the fucking brushed hair and shit. But no, like she was fucking hot for one thing, and there was a lot of cinematics in the game, so you got a real good feel for her tits. So I mean, like it's like Final Fantasy VII. There were a couple cinematics where her moves and bounce and stuff. This was all of the game. Her tits were all of the game, and it was fucking awesome. And she had guns.
Oh, wow, okay.
Okay.
That wasn't my best argument in the world. Not gonna lie.
I do want to point one thing out. Didn't she have black hair?
No,
She was a blonde.
She's
Was she
blonde.
blonde? Okay. Anyway,
God, we played
we did play the fuck game a shit ton. Before we even started recording this, you yourself said Tifa was fucking hot.
Touche. What's up? But she, the
Hey,
person
wait,
chick
wait,
wasn't.
I gotta come here and be the moderator. Keep your session. It's yours.
Shut the fuck.
Give him his 30 seconds.
So you yourself said Tifa was hot. You said that before we even started recording, which obviously that's pretty much the argument right there. Tifa was in Final Fantasy VII. Parasite. I mean, I don't know. I'm just gonna throw this out there. How many people fucking even knew about Parasite Eve, besides us 3?
There was a sequel.
It is a big game.
It wasn't as big as Final Fantasy VII.
No.
Thousands of more people probably saw Tifa's tits than they did. And the cinematics probably were better in Parasite Eve, but they weren't like... You're talking about gratuitous nudity or something. Like, you fucking saw her tits jumbling around, giving her black eyes and shit. As we talked before, Tifa was the first person that really got all people into... Or not Final Fantasy VII, got all people into RPGs. I think more people would relate to Tifa than they would Parasite Eve chick. You had to guess what her name was. You even said Tifa or Parasite Eve chick.
Okay. Well, I gotta say, neither of those were very compelling.
They were horrible.
Those are not good arguments.
You missed big things. Parasite Eve chick had little boobies. They weren't very big. Tifa had some cannons, man.
That's one Japanese chick that had double D's.
She went... You know.
Well, she's in a Japanese game, so she's definitely Japanese, obviously.
Yeah, they make
Barrett
every
was
person
Japanese.
look white. Look at Rowan's Three Kingdoms. Every that thing is Chinese. They all look white. They have blue eyes, for Christ's sakes. But I will say,
that was the worst thing in the world.
Based on earlier comments, I'm gonna have to give it to you, Jeremy.
Thank God. That saved me right there.
You kind of already admitted that Tifa was totally hot.
They're both hot.
The
You're saying
only
which would you
argument
rather slam
had
on?
was she's got guns.
I don't want a fucking chick with guns, by the way.
You know, at least that chick just gonna box. You know, with those gloves, she give you a good handy.
Those were two horrible arguments.
They're terrible.
Those are not
Couldn't have
sorry.
been worse.
I was like, both of you could have won those.
Oh, that was terrible.
You never actually explained to me. You said it was a bigger game.
That's all I had.
Game. I don't know why you wanted to fuck Tifa.
I was too busy thinking about, did Parasite Eve chick have black hair?
I mean, maybe it was a fake blonde.
Maybe.
So,
Reach that shit.
You're the next devil's advocate.
Oh, Christ. I gotta think of a game now?
Or a
topic.
A topic, not
Topic
a
of
game.
some... Yeah, not a game, but a topic of some sort.
Game related, preferably.
All right. Better fighting game. Mortal Kombat or Mike Tyson's Punch-Out?
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I know
Right.
I jumped on the gun there. And I ain't even trying to think about that one. So, okay, I'll go ahead and start here.
Go.
Mortal Kombat, I will say, is a great game. It had a lot of violence.
Mm-hmm.
But from my memory, did you ever really feel that accomplished when you beat Shang Tsung? Was it like, yay, I beat fucking Shang Tsung? When you beat Mike Tyson's, you got your first boner. It was awesome. You tell me, when you figured out how to beat King Hippo, it wasn't like one of the coolest things you ever figured out. When you punch Bald Bull in the stomach, you remember that fucking face. You remember the music from Don Flamingo. You remember beating the 1 in 99 Glass Joe. Dude, there's nothing more epic than running around in a pink jumpsuit with a black guy and a bike.
All right.
Okay. Now, kind of going back to things that were previously said earlier in the podcast, do you remember one of the most epic things about Mortal Kombat was? Hitting the fatalities. This was the age before the internet. So when you hit a fatality, you said it was epic when you found out how to beat Bald Bull, how to get Mike Tyson. When you hit those fatalities at the end of the game, that was a fuck you to your opponent. Like, you know what? I fucking burned you alive. I ripped your fucking head out with your spine. Who gives a fuck? Why don't you suck my dick? And also, you can do that with more than one character. You don't just have to play the fucking guy, the Rocky fucking copy. So you're fucking copying a guy from a movie anyway. And the only person from a movie in fucking Mortal Kombat was Johnny Cage. He had fucking sunglasses and he was a badass, so...
Okay, I think this one's pretty easy for me. I gotta give this one to O'Brien. One, you couldn't name Little Mac.
Yes, I know! Look at Little Mac! Rocky's a badass.
I don't want to give you the point, but I have to.
Thanks.
Now you're fucking phenomenally winning. The other thing, you caught me on the nostalgia part. Still stupid. Oh, I never forget that music.
Yeah, exactly. Sing me some
Tap
fucking...
B repeatedly.
That's what I should have said. Sing me some fucking Mortal Kombat music.
I can't.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Mortal Kombat soundtrack, though, that everybody knows.
That's the movie, though.
Here's the sound effect. Here's the soundtrack I can give you from Mortal Kombat.
Get over here.
Yeah, Toasty.
Get over here.
Finish him.
All right, so you... Oh, no.
Andrew is
Andrew's
now
topic.
going to give us a category.
It didn't matter if I won, by the way, because we all three do this.
It does, but it just
This is going to be sloppy the first time.
And I went back and forth.
Usually it's sloppy the second time.
Whoa.
Hey-o.
Mine is a category of who would win in a fight.
Okay, I
Oh.
like this.
Now, I went back and forth on the two...
Combatants?
The combatants here. I was going to go with a Mortal Kombat theme, but since you just did Mortal Kombat, Mario or Luigi? And why would they win?
I'm going to go Luigi. I'll say it first. Just because I am a Luigi fan.
Okay.
I know.
Win or lose, it doesn't matter now.
So who would win and why?
Okay. Well, I'm going to go with Mario Bros. 2. Luigi jumped so much higher. Mario was just kind of fat. I mean, he would totally run out of breath. Luigi's got reach on him. I mean, he's going to whoop his ass in that respect. He's also always shadowing. He's always number 2. He's got a lot of pin-up aggression. He's going to get angry and fuck that bitch up.
Wow. That was short and sweet.
Solid argument.
Okay. I mean, Mario is the face of fucking Nintendo. You've got, if you play single player, you don't even know Luigi fucking exists. Mario gets all the power-ups. He gets the Tanuki suit. He jumps around the fucking boot. When you get to fucking Smash Brothers, Luigi's saving fucking grace is the fact that he can get close enough to you to uppercut you off the screen, which is epic, but not enough to make up for the fact that he's terrible otherwise. He's just, Luigi's Mansion? He sucked ghosts through a vacuum. At least Mario had like a fucking backpack with water in it. He's gonna keep you at bay, not suck you towards him so he can punch you in the fucking mouth. I just feel like Mario would even, like, Luigi wouldn't even stand a chance.
Who are you trying to convince right now?
See,
You motherfucker.
now my original thought in this question, the argument I was looking for was Luigi being, if I got the Luigi being in the shadow of Mario and the pent-up aggression, I thought that was like the winning argument.
That was a good argument.
That was a great argument.
The pent-up aggression got me.
And that is legitimately, when I asked this question,
I'm not going to win this, I know. but...
No, based on this, you're not going to win this. But no, and it's not me trying to keep a point from you. You came out with an argument that I did not expect. All the other shit was irrelevant, but the power-ups. Because you're playing, like Mario 3, for instance, Luigi doesn't have the chance to get power-ups.
Yeah, he does if you're playing him.
If you're playing 2 players.
Yeah, but Mario's always going to be the person who gets all the power-ups, Tanuki suit, and that kind of stuff. And I think, and also the winning in a fight in Smash Bros. That does help, too, because Luigi is all about that one shot of the uppercut. Mario's much more well-rounded. He's going to win more fights overall. So,
Victory!
you appealed to my Smash Brothers love.
Yeah,
I knew you were going to go. I
did. I'm playing the judge, bitch.
Pity point.
But the pin-up aggression, that was legitimately, as soon as you said that,
I was done when you said that.
When
I
you
was
said
going
that,
to logistics of the fact that they really fought.
Yeah.
Luigi is taller and in better shape.
That's true.
I'm just saying.
Drop the mic and walk away after that.
I
Mario's
have
short
learned-
and fat. I'm sorry, not a lot of great fighters are short and fat. He's not going to be Butterbean.
I have also learned in this game, dropping the mic and walk away does not work. I've done that 3 times, lost every time. I'd be like, it's Mario. So that's 3 rounds of that. We're going to do 2 rounds of Keep It in the Family. We're going to do 3 rounds of Devil's Advocate. The next game we're going to do, we're going to have a fucking title for it. It's called Guess That Game, Jackass.
Which is a good
That's
tale.
the title.
It's a good title.
Rubber stamp.
Or you call it GTG.
GTG,
yeah, GTG,
Jay.
jackass. You jackass.
So the point of this game is we all have come with a predetermined game. We've all got a game in mind.
Yes.
We're going to give you...
Yeah, I definitely came to this podcast with a predetermined game. I didn't think about it during the podcast at all.
So this is going to be another 3-round game. We are going to give the other 2 players 3 clues. The first one is going to be a very fucking vague clue. You should never get it. The only clue that they have before we actually start giving them questions, or clues, I'm sorry, is the system that it's on.
That's it.
That's it, period. The first clue is going to be very vague. The second one should make it a little bit easier, and the third one should almost be a dead giveaway unless you're retarded.
Or you're just not thinking in the right place.
Or you're
that
a
does
jackass.
happen. Which jackass.
Jackass.
So, I won, right?
You did.
Yep.
So I get to start. All right, so my game, I'm going to say, came out Generation 4. It was on both systems. I can't give you a definitive system. Fair?
Sure.
So it came out on Genesis and Super Nintendo at the same time.
Okay.
Okay? My first clue is that it was originally an arcade game.
I've already got a thought, but I can't guess.
You want to guess that game, Jackass?
No, I don't.
Fuck, I don't.
I mean, I've got an idea. I just can't.
There's a couple good...
I can't believe you would go with that. But go ahead.
Okay. Clue number 2 is that it was made by the same company that made Mortal Kombat.
Well, fuck, my guess was Mortal Kombat. So
you're wrong.
I mean, I know the company that made it. That fucking helps. I'm like thinking like other games, but I don't know.
Nope, I got nothing. No.
All right. Ready for clue number 3?
Oh, God.
Have your fucking buzzers ready. It was a basketball game.
NBA Jam.
Oh, it's so close. Ooh. He started first, but you finished first.
Well, you're the judge.
Ooh. I guess I gotta give it to the person who started first, right?
Once again, you're the judge. I gotta
give it to Andrew.
Okay.
Because he started NBA Jam first. You just said it fast.
That bitch needs a point anyway.
That's
Pity
true.
point.
That's right. I'll take it.
I know.
Woo!
Fuck.
That was quick fire, wasn't it?
It
That
was.
was it. We both had. We're like,
Didn't
what the
Mortal
fuck?
Kombat didn't Midway make Mortal
I don't.
Kombat?
Yeah,
think so.
yeah, you're right. That's actually yeah. I think you're 100 right.
You're right. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Boom.
Andrew.
That was a good one.
Oh God. Nintendo 64
All right.
action adventure game.
Okay.
I think we both need another clue. We're not enough jackasses to guess that game.
Are you sure? You guys
I'm
don't
positive.
you don't guess at this point?
Action adventure. Okay.
It had some of the most annoying areas known to man. Levels, if you will. Areas, if you won't.
Okay.
I enjoyed that.
I got a really good guess, but I'm afraid.
Yes, I'm with you on that one.
Have fun with your shield and your sword.
Ocarina of Time.
Majora's Mask.
Nice.
Ocarina of Time.
You went with the water level.
Yes, the water
Okay.
level.
It's
Mm,
fucking awful.
The water level, like, honestly, was one of the worst. Like, it wasn't even like frustratingly fun. It was just frustrating.
That was like the first console that you could trustworthily go to the internet and figure it out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Majora's
God.
Mask get no love tonight. It's all about Ocarina of Time. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
That was a good game, though.
That was a
They're
really,
both really good games.
That's the Final Fantasy VII of Legend of Zelda games, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes,
That's
it's
a
so blown out of proportion.
Yeah.
For me, though, honestly, maybe it's like the Final Fantasy 2 or 3 complex. I care more about Link to the Past.
Link to the Past was so good.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
That game meant
So
more to me than
good.
Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask. Both great games.
I never played Majora's Mask.
All right, so you're up, Hoss.
Okay. The systems, multiple systems. It would be on PS2. It would be on PlayStation or PS2. It should be. I think it actually was even on 360. It was right in the cross point of those systems.
Okay.
It's a shooting game, first-person shooter.
On PS2, Xbox 360.
Xbox, even?
Yes.
It's not Halo.
Well, are you like a scholar of video games? Did
Okay.
you
All right.
have you studied for this?
It was historical.
That barely narrows it down.
A historical shooter on
This next one. Oh snap!
I mean, it's not narrowed down far enough.
You know,
I got-
jackass.
no. I got another
I
jackass.
do want to be a jackass, but I'm afraid to.
I'm not gonna do it.
Comunista.
Call of Duty.
Yeah.
2.
Yes, that's what
Okay.
we did.
I had to
Yeah.
specify.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's
Comunista. Better you
Thank
than
you to
me,
me,
fascist.
we played the shit out of that game.
Wow, you made me get specific with the number.
Well, that was a pretty specific one. That's one, and that's
Communista,
one we
better you than
all
me,
specific.
fascist.
That's
And later on, Call of Duty. So people don't remember Call of Duty 2. They actually were World War II games, and not
Was
modern.
that on Xbox 360? I don't think it
yeah.
was.
It was
was.
360. We
That's
played it
what-
on 360.
Yeah.
I thought
That's where we played it on.
That's what we
360.
played mostly on 360 for that one.
I guess you're
I
right.
still play it online every now and then. It's been a while, but I jump on there.
People still play that online.
Was
Maybe
it still
like-
an active community? I thought they would have shut the servers down.
It may only be like 10 or 15,000 people, but I was still able to get a game in.
Wow.
I didn't think it'd be that many.
Yeah.
All right, so I fucking came back in that round.
Yeah, the pity is helping you out.
Whoa, shots fired.
So game number 4. This is the last game unless there's a tie.
Yes,
which
sir.
is actually pretty close.
It could
Could
happen.
be a tie.
It could happen.
This is called.
I think I'm out of it. I think I'm fucked.
No.
So-
You get both these points.
Yeah, you
That's
can still
true.
win. This is called
No,
a
you
link.
can't.
I still tie.
Sorry. No, you can't. He's got 4.
He has 4? Jesus Christ.
Eat a dick, bitch.
How'd you get 4? I should have given that point.
You should have.
So this is called, and this is a pretty good title. A link to the last. This is a word association game where one of us, I won the last game. So
You're
I'll
correct.
name a topic, or I'll name a just anything in the gaming world I can say. It goes clockwise. So O'Brien will have to then link to that somehow.
And
It could be the most vague fucking
It
link
could be pretty
in the world.
vague.
For example, I could say Zelda. You could then say Peach just because she's a girl. That is a link. That's a valid link.
Both princesses.
Both princesses. You could then say whatever the fuck you want to say, princess or another woman. However, if it gets back to me, I cannot stay in that same topic.
The same.
You
If I
can't
say
keep
Peach,
saying Mario over and over and over
yeah,
again.
if I say Peach, you say Zelda, and you say whatever other woman, I can't say another woman. So you've got to constantly be listening because you can't,
Unless there's a secondary link.
unless there's a secondary link that you guys think is valid.
Yes. And, like, you can't just sit there and say Smash Brothers character. That's kind of what we're doing. That rules kind of prevent the Smash Brothers.
If I say Mario and you say
Luigi,
and you say
Mario.
Toad, I can't say Bowser.
Yeah.
and you have to leave Mario Brothers.
Right.
That's what it comes down to.
Right.
Yep.
So I'll start it off with. Let's go with. This is gonna be a rough start. I'm not gonna get that specific on you. Let's go with Boomerang.
TNC Surf Designs.
Holy shit!
Oh God. What the fuck is that?
Oh, that's a Nintendo game. That was where you could surf and skateboard.
But,
And also knock Anders
yeah,
out.
no. It's. I mean, I'm just so.
You put the boomerang on me. I'm like,
Link.
I know, but you have a boomerang in TNC Surf Designs.
do.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
It's the first thing that came to my head. It wasn't intentional. It's just like now it looks pretty brilliant, but it was just like
It was amazing.
I blanked out. I'm like,
You got shit on.
I just wow. I got nothing
All
on
right,
that.
so we continue with that.
I guess TNC Surf Designs to you.
Let's go Skate or Die.
Okay, California Games.
Oh, Track and Field.
Let's see, track field. The Sonic Olympics.
Okay, Knuckles.
I'm sorry, you just said Knuckles. Tails.
Tales of Destiny.
Ooh, Tales of Gaia.
Oh, God in heaven. Fuck me.
Done.
That's good. I couldn't go Tails again.
Nope, you couldn't.
Fuck. So I had to go off of fucking Gaia.
But you could have.
You could have just said any RPG.
I know I could have, but it wasn't where I was going.
And honestly, I could have said any Nintendo game, but
You could've.
I wasn't sure there was a Nintendo game.
That's the beauty of the game. You're like,
God damn, you try to trap each other.
you get in that track of mindness, and you're only focusing on that. I wasn't thinking.
This is going to be one of those backseat gamer moments where the listeners are going to go, "You were a fucking idiot," because you did. You were like, you
Yeah.
could have said anything, but my mind wasn't thinking that.
No.
It's fucking rough.
And I want to say like, oh, it was brilliant. I trapped
But
him.
honestly, to be fair, you could have. And I know you knew what the game was. You could have made that game up, and I'd have been like, "Oh fuck, what is that?"
Yeah.
And I couldn't have called you out on it because I know I couldn't say that
I
that
have-
wasn't a game.
Once again, I wish it was like some great move. I just said, what the fuck?
You just say the first. You try to trap them, but you say the first thing that comes to your mind. When I said Knuckles, I thought for sure you were going to pick a fighting game, any fighting game in the world,
Yeah.
because you're throwing.
I was just
fucking
laughing
Knuckles.
because Knuckles. You know, I was thinking like Moose Knuckles, giving him Knuckles. That's all I could think was dirty stuff.
All right, so you won. You get to pick the starting topic.
Okay, well, we'll do fighting games then. We'll do Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur, I'll go Smash Brothers.
I'll
Open it
say-
way up.
I'll say Chic.
Sheik. Original WrestleMania. The Iron Sheik.
The Iron fucking Sheik.
Wow, I have to fucking WrestleMania 64.
Super Mario 64.
Oh, Epic Quest 64.
Oh god, Ogre Battle.
Nope, you can't say that.
It's an RPG.
64, 64, 64.
It's
Is that?
an
Are we
RPG.
counting that?
It's an RPG. I wasn't using the 64 reference. I was just using
But we don't know that.
And he didn't say Ogre Battle 64. There's an Ogre Battle on Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
March
You
of the
did
Black
just say
Queen.
Ogre Battle. All right, so Ogre Battle. Let's do. Oops, sorry.
Be careful there.
Let's do Final Fantasy Tactics.
Okay, let's do War Song.
Oh god, War. That was a game.
What game was that? What system was it on?
Yeah.
I think it actually was. I honestly, I feel like it's a game, but I couldn't tell you what it is. Warlord? Is that a game?
This goes Warlord.
So War Song to me. Let's go Guitar Hero.
Ah, nice.
I like
Rock
that.
Band.
Let's go. Fuck me! My brain is awful at this game.
This is so bad.
God damn it! Did you just win?
I just won.
You suck a fat dick.
I
Agreed.
would. Can't help it, man.
God. What did you
Should've
say last? Rock
Should
Band?
have gone Band of Brothers or Band of Heroes or Bad Company Battlefield. Something. Wasn't there a band game like that? Like Band of
Brothers is a fucking
Yeah,
TV
that's what I was
show.
thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking
I'm
Band of
glad you
Brothers.
said anything.
That's what was on my mind. I couldn't get that out of my head.
Band of Brothers. That's all I was thinking about too.
What would have been a good on Rock Band?
I mean, because we already done 2 musical games.
I know I couldn't go back to another musical game.
Oh, a Chuck Rock.
Oh my god.
From TurboGrafx 16.
I would have never fucking
No,
thought about
God,
that.
no, that would have been fucking.
But that was the first game I could think of with a rock.
Fuck, what the fuck am I gonna say with a rock or a band?
Or an instrument
that's
of
terrible.
some sort. I
You
mean,
trapped me on that one.
Worked out pretty good.
Yeah, it did.
you could have gone. This is a reach. The Beavis and Butthead game, because there's a band in that game.
Yeah, they're going for Gwar.
Gwar.
I mean, that's thin.
I mean, I would have
That's-
given it to you.
I would not have given that to anybody.
Really?
I gotta say no. There was a
That's-
band in that game. I mean,
That's paper thin.
yeah.
What else you gonna do?
I could have said I don't know, fucking shit.
Well, if there are 3 of us, you could have just gone to Guitarsmith or something else to get out of the circle.
Yeah,
With
but I
only
couldn't
2 of
because
us.
you trapped me with the rock or the music genre.
Correct.
Fucker.
That would be terrible, this game.
All right, so the lightning round is over. O'Brien is our winner. That means he will bring the retro game next week. However, we randomly selected him to bring the retro game this week as well, so you're gonna hear this motherfucker's mouth for the next 15 minutes.
I'm quitting.
Can't help it.
Quitting
You
the
guys
band.
are fags and can't win the game.
All right.
That was a
I had
good
1
comeback.
point. I had 1 point though.
That was a back and forth.
I was pretty fucking.
Your 1 point fucked me
Yeah,
out
I
of
was
the top.
thinking.
That's
I was
right.
thinking if Andrew gets it, man, we got a good tiebreaker
Yeah.
opportunity. Then I thought, no,
No, Andrew's not gonna get it.
he's not gonna get
He's
it.
stupid.
I'm
No.
stupid. Just kill myself.
So,
back to the
I'm-
original plan.
I'm actually,
TG
kind
served
of,
design.
I'm actually kind of excited to hear what you brought for the retro review.
Well, it's really now. I wish I would have like some big exciting one, but I thought with the first episode, in a lot of ways, our first gaming moment, a lot of people's first gaming moment, just the original Super Mario Brothers.
Like Mario fucking won.
The one that
Mario won.
depending on what one you got, the one that said Mario Bros. Duck Hunt or Mario Bros. Duck Hunt Track and Field.
Yeah.
So I guess in a way you talk about all 3 or all 2, but I'm really just focusing in my mind on Mario Brothers.
Okay.
You know,
Did you have a specific
Well, here's
point
the
you
thing.
wanted to make first?
I mean, you think about this. This is until Wii Sports, which you can't think about it. It was the most sold game ever. IGN put it up as the best game ever. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that or not, but
There was a lot of nostalgia based in that decision.
And
Sure.
A lot of everything. Yeah.
when you
it's
have all that built up to it, think about all the simplicity. You think that game is so fucking simple, but at the same time, the way you build anticipation, the level structure, every game after that ripped it. I can't think of a game that didn't rip off of it somehow. I mean, when you first got that first board and you beat Bowser for the first time and you saw it as a princess, you're like, holy shit.
I just saved a
More.
fucking princess.
So like, I'm
And
done.
it
I'm
kept
out.
going.
Fuck off.
Kept going. And when you finally beat that game, it was everything.
Not to mention, that was like, it probably wasn't, but that was the first game that ever made me realize, holy shit, there are secret zones.
Yep.
I can fucking find warp zones that will take me to 3 levels ahead.
Yeah.
And that was the first.
Like jumping over like in the first level where you went
1,
underground
2,
there,
yeah.
and then you'd fucking go over top and you'd have to jump above
Yeah.
the level there. That was kind of crazy. I mean, like,
But even before that, you playing it for the first time, you had no clue you could hit down on a pipe and
No.
go into a secret zone.
Well,
That's
let's read the
true.
booklet.
Well, yeah, obviously, but I mean, it was one of those things where you were like, "Fucking
so
shit."
there's
that's,
in a way
that's
not
some
not
depth.
a,
You know
not
what
a
I mean?
third dimension, but a different.
It
I mean,
was
yeah.
a third dimension.
Well, compared to all games before, and also this, tell me if I didn't play every single track from that game, you could not remember that music.
Oh,
You
yeah.
would know it so quick,
Oh, yeah.
so instant.
Yeah.
It resonates. People
beep, beep,
beatbox that, and it's
beep.
ringtones.
Oh yeah.
Mario is like Coke. It's a brand all on its own.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
fuck,
fucking
when time's running out.
Yeah. It just got faster and
Oh, God, didn't you feel like, oh, my...
The water level.
Whenever I got, like, low time, I was like, oh, my God, I gotta hurry.
Yeah.
Hit B.
And also too, like it was kind of one of it was the originator of kind of a glitch in a way. Like one of the biggest glitches that I remember is the infinite, not the infinite life glitch, but where you'd fucking kick
Hop on a fucking
the
turtle over
and
and
everybody
over.
knows you're talking about the infinite life
Yeah.
glitch, and like that should not be there.
Believe
and
it or not a glitch.
was
Yeah.
it
It
intentional?
was actually designed in. They just did not think that people
People
could
were
do
gonna
it so
find-
easily. They
Right.
left it so when they tested it, they could have infinite lives to play.
Huh.
Wow, that's crazy.
I didn't know that. See, I thought it was just a thing that, like, 'cause I know, like, in Mario games in general, the more you hop from, enemy to enemy, and that's kind of been that way, even like
And
in
you
Super
get some
Mario
extra men
World.
in there, but
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I remember, like in Super Mario World, I remember you on the Super Nintendo, you hit like 7 or 8 Koopas in a row, and then you get the extra life, and that essentially is where that started in a way. And they carried it on in kind of a less exploitable way, obviously, but
few games have longevity too. Like what you're saying right there is that you're keeping those things constant. I mean, that's still the fucking Super Mario Galaxies, and the games are coming out on Wii U. It's the same idea for over 20 years that sells millions and is still amazing.
Here's kind of like what you're saying. You have this is really all you need to say. Mario is so the original Mario is so impactful. In 2013 and beyond, you're still fighting flying turtles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
and enjoying it.
I mean, can you imagine a game that's like, I'm gonna come out and have flying turtles as an enemy, and people are like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking play the shit out of that game."
Yeah, I'm totally gonna play that.
It's like this is
Smash Mushroom.
Yeah, you get mushrooms to get bigger.
mushroom.
Yeah, and you get to collect the star to be invincible. I mean, like
Starman.
Yeah, it just like that should not be a thing. You're a plumber who eats mushrooms, collects stars, and jumps on fucking turtles with wings.
Yeah.
That should not be a thing.
Well, I don't see the problem. I do that.
Oh, well, yeah. As I just go outside and just fucking find mushrooms and start stomping on them.
Here's the
find
thing
turtles and kick them.
Here's the thing that I thought was amazing about Mario, is that it basically forced every other gaming company to make a face of their company.
Yeah.
The Sega Genesis didn't have a face of its company until they realized, motherfucker, Mario just blew up. Then Sonic came along. You've got Master Chief now with Xbox.
I don't know. PlayStation's tried. They've done it.
What is it? Rayman? Was that?
No,
was
they're
that PlayStation.
Rayman.
They did like
it was,
Crash
Bandicoot.
Bandicoot.
Crash
God damn, I
Bandicoot was
couldn't-
there.
Yeah.
You know,
I couldn't
didn't
think
go
of his
well.
name.
they gave that one up. Of course, they were going for edgier, but you know, Crash Bandicoot was, I guess, their closest.
Now, here's my question, and this is, I mean, I don't know the answer. Whenever original Mario came out, was that the intention to have Mario be the mascot, or did it happen? They just put out a game that had a fucking plumber in it, and then that happened to be their
Well,
mascot.
he wasn't the main character originally. It was Donkey Kong. Well, I mean, Donkey Kong wasn't the main character.
You understand that when they came on Nintendo, yes, Mario was the game they were wanting to carry, but that's based upon the success of the Donkey Kong
Okay,
coin operating.
and that's
In '83, they didn't want Mario. They didn't want Miyamoto to make it. He was like the only guy in the creative department, anyways. Him and one other guy who had a lot to do with it. But the thing is,
I feel like if there were two people in the creative department, you could get away with anything you wanted to. Like, I want to create this.
it was a different world back
No, I mean
then.
that's fucking
what's
awesome.
So crazy, people can't understand. You know, it's like he was a bad guy. Mario was a bad guy in Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
I mean, the original, you know, he was not the good guy. And it was just, we're going to put this out here. We want to face. This game is really successful because they did not want him to put Donkey Kong in America. He went around the channels, went to Nintendo of America, and released that arcade game anyways in '83. And then it made him so much money. That's when they realized, holy fuck, this guy knows what he's doing.
We got something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of backlog to it.
It worked out all right.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
shit.
it worked out for them. They're very wealthy, but you know, it's crazy because back then people got games with systems. You don't do that now.
Right.
It was
There's
just
launch titles.
It was a fucking.
They don't fucking come with the game.
No, it was a fucking throw-in.
Yeah.
Really, is what it amounts to.
Yeah.
And it was maybe not the best game. I don't think it was the best game on Nintendo.
No.
But it is the most
No.
memorable one.
Well, again,
Like my grandpa, he would call him Mario, but like he's like, "Oh, you're gonna play Mario today."
no, I'm not. I'm gonna play Mario.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say that, but like my grandpa knew
Mario.
what Mario was, and like if I said, my grandpa passed away fairly recently, but I said, if I told him, a couple years ago, hey, they're putting out a new Mario game, there would be a recollection.
Well,
Right.
think about and then that's the thing. Like, okay, when you go to a restaurant, you say, "I just want a Coke." You don't necessarily mean you necessarily need to have a Coke. It could be a Pepsi,
Right.
but Coke is
It could
ubiquitous.
be a soft drink in general. Yeah,
But I
All
will say
those
Coke
systems-
is only ubiquitous in this area. Most of the time, it's pop or soda or
No,
something
I'm
like
just
that.
saying it's that brand.
Right.
You know, it's like
Brand recognition.
my parents, for all the systems we had,
Everything
I
was
was
a
always
Nintendo.
playing Nintendo.
Yeah.
Didn't
no
matter
matter
I was
what
playing.
you were playing Nintendo.
and that
Exactly.
was because of the original
That was-
Mario.
Yes.
Right.
It made
100%.
It basically said, now granted, I think it's changed now. Maybe PlayStation's taken over some or whatever. With a different generation, they would just say they're playing PlayStation. But for people of our age, it's, I play Nintendo.
Yeah.
And that's Mario.
And that was, you got to think, that's a game that seeded an entire, I mean, that's the only thing, that title itself could single-handedly carry Nintendo every fucking generation.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that is amazing. When you think it came from that one game, you've got Mario Paint, you've got tennis, golf, you've got Mario Kart, you've got Smash. I mean, all those originated.
Yeah, Smash Bros. Was built off Mario. Let's be honest.
All those originated from one game.
Yeah.
And that is the original Super Smash Bros.
And it was such...
Or the original fucking, goddamn it. The
Man,
original
I-
Smash.
I couldn't
The
tell
original
if you
Super
misspoke
Mario.
or you were just trying to be sarcastic.
No,
like,
I was
oh,
not
Super
saying
Smash
sarcastic.
Brothers.
If you look at Mario
God
Bros., it was
damn
such a...
Fucking
8
Super
levels,
Smash
4 levels of stage. It was just such... And I'm
It's
saying,
simple.
I'm not saying a perfect game, but in some ways just so well constructed. There was a neat glitch, though. I don't know if you ever did it because it was kind of hard to do, was the negative world. Not to switch gears, but I saw that you got to negative worlds.
I don't remember what that is.
When you're going down,
yeah, I do remember
when you
that.
go down to 1-2, the very first board, and you go to over there. If you do it fast enough and go to the very end, you can walk through the wall, and instead of going to a 4-1 or 3-1 or whatever, you actually go to -1, -2, -3.
Oh well then.
You play one stage, and then it goes back to the title screen like you beat it.
Right.
Huh, that's interesting.
That was a legit glitch that they didn't think could actually
I
happen.
did see something the other day where apparently in one of the levels you could jump over the flagpole too.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
There was
Is,
one
you just
level
run on
and you just run
forever.
on forever too.
Yeah.
So because apparently you can't jump it over except for the one. There's a little lift on it, and you fucking like you
You
have
get
to time it
enough
perfectly.
momentum, and
and-
the lift is at the right spot. Yeah.
I hated the water levels.
Oh God.
I've hated,
the thing,
I've hated the water levels in every game ever.
Well, unless you have
What game have you played? You're like, fuck yeah, I'm swimming, bitch.
Mario 3. When I get the frog suit, oh, it's fucking
Frog suit
on.
doesn't that. Okay, it's frog suit. Frog suit's amazing.
Yeah.
I will say Mario 64. Fuck that motherfucker.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I remember that. That's a whole different
Bro.
topic for a whole.
No, water levels are always a pain in the ass.
I have memories because
But, like,
you're shitting yourself.
You had to dodge everything, and you always felt like you couldn't move
Ninja
fast
Turtles
enough.
water level.
And it's a completely different pace.
Yep.
It's slow.
Well, in the music,
It's different
and we
controls.
kind of the
Reflects
music.
that.
It's like the music.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a fucking ballet or something.
The other thing is, too, like, when you think about all those levels in that game, most people don't remember a lot of them, because I know that everybody used the pipes.
Everybody.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, nobody
I played all the
remembers-
normal levels.
Oh
too.
yeah, I played it all. I actually stopped using the pipes because you miss so much of some of the cool levels.
Oh, yeah.
I think like the Ice World or I like the 4-1 stages or 3-1 stages, but they're really cool. You miss. Not to mention you get a bunch of lives. With like when you get over 100, you got a little crown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
cool.
do remember that. Yeah.
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 Which is crazy that they put that in there to assume that you could get over 100 lives.
Somebody was going to get 100 lives. Yeah.
Well, I mean, also speed runs.
Yeah.
But that's now
That's
become
fun.
a thing in recent times more than
Yeah.
anything. But like people are beating it in like 17 seconds or something like that. I mean, not really.
I
But,
highly doubt that.
But name me a game.
I fucking someone beat Ocarina of Time in like 4 minutes. But.
When I put that game in, I still have fun.
Oh yeah. I could still enjoy myself.
Play every stage and don't feel like I'm wasting time.
Yeah.
Have a good time.
Which in fact you are wasting.
And,
No, just
and
kidding.
how many
Yeah.
games can you say that 20 years later
That's
that
true.
have that
and you
kind
can
of
hand the
staying
controller to the
power?
person next to you, and they can still have a good time.
Yeah.
It's completely a translatable game.
Because and I agree with you on that because I mean let's think of another like iconic game and I say iconic just in the scope of things like Pong. Pong was like like the first video
That's
game.
the
I mean,
face of Atari.
Yeah, I mean, but
That's their
it's like,
mascot.
but if we played Pong right now, we'd play for like a point and a half. Like this is fucking stupid. Let's
I'm
stop
done.
that shit.
I'm done.
Mario, we would actually play through a couple stages at least.
A couple
yeah.
stages. I played the whole fucking
What
thing.
I'm saying, but like if we said, hey, let's play Mario right now, at very worst, we're playing through a couple stages.
Yep.
And Pong, we're playing through nothing.
And I think
'Cause
it's
fucking Pong.
And I can think of 100 games that I've played since then that I enjoyed more that I would not have fun if I played right now.
agreed.
And
Yeah.
Mario, I will always have fun
Because when
playing.
I'm talking about when I brought it up, I was saying it was the best game. It just makes me think of the inception of games, inception of us here. I think a lot of people remember it, they know it. I don't know if they played it. I don't know if people today, like if you're 20 right now or 15, did you really play Mario Bros?
Probably
Maybe.
not.
I mean, maybe they went back and played it intentionally just to do so. Maybe they
That would
played
be
some
the
of the
only
newer
case.
games.
That
Yeah,
they played maybe
you,
a derivative.
Right.
but you really didn't. I mean, they obviously didn't grow up on it.
No.
I mean, that was the game. I remember that game.
Yeah.
So.
You're telling me a 15-year-old did not grow up on Super Mario?
He might have.
I mean,
Through different Super Mario. Once again, that's the thing about
Yeah, I
it.
grew
the
up.
franchise.
You might not have played that game, but the games beyond it influenced you.
Right.
And that's saying something.
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't matter. Even if Zelda didn't exist, even if fucking Metroid didn't exist, if Smash Bros. Didn't exist, Nintendo could still operate on just Mario.
Yeah.
On iterations of Mario games.
Yep,
Period.
without question. I mean, it would
I
be
mean, they
healthy.
do what Sega would do. You're just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. But it could happen.
Sure. Once again, I don't think even hope they stop making a system.
No.
because
No.
They make good systems.
Yeah.
So.
And they're always underrated.
Agreed. Well, I mean, not the early ones. They, obviously, I don't think NES or Super Nintendo are underrated.
No, but I mean, like, in the last couple generations, I feel
Nintendo's
like...
kind of been a niche. They've been a niche system.
I feel like N64 was underrated. I feel like GameCube was underrated. I feel like the Wii was underrated, honestly. It was a good system. I mean, it wasn't
It wasn't
our
underrated
kind of
if
system.
it sold more than any other system.
But it sold more than any other system because of children, and it was cheaper.
and
Yeah, but
adults,
you-
too. And it
yours-
got adults into games.
Yours
But
collected
Nintendo,
dust.
period, got adult into games.
Yeah, but I would say the Wii got adults
You got
in the games.
non-gamers, maybe.
That's
better
right.
way to say it.
non-gamers.
Non-game people who
Not
never
a
played.
lot
video
of
games
adults
before.
like would buy a PlayStation or an Xbox.
No.
They would buy a Nintendo.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
That's a good topic. I
Yeah.
like that one.
Very good. Very simple, but there's a lot of stuff to be talked about.
It's a retro game, but it's one that's hard to deny, to ignore, because, I mean, if you did not play that game, you're really missing out.
Yeah. I don't want to say it's one of those games that you have to play because you've probably already played a game.
It's like not seeing The Godfather and being a movie buff.
It's one of those games
I've never
where
seen The Godfather.
Really?
I've never seen The Godfather. Never seen The Godfather.
Oh.
You don't like The Godfather.
I just figured I'm gonna throw that out there. I've never seen The Godfather.
Have you seen Scarface?
Yes, I did see Scarface.
Scarface is not as good as The Godfather.
No, have you seen
The Godfather's
I'm just trying to think of it's like some of those movies.
No,
that
but
you
like
should-
I think I actually like manually made myself go back and watch. I mean, the Scarface I only saw like in the past 5 years.
Wow.
I
You
know.
don't classify yourself as a movie buff.
I like Goodfellas.
I love movies.
Because you
I don't-
lost the card already.
No, like I mean, I love movies. I classify myself as a movie buff is probably too strong, but I like to watch movies.
I think everybody likes movies.
I like
Yeah.
them probably more than the average person.
Okay.
But I'm not a movie
I
buff.
agree. That's why I was just.
If it's a 10-point scale of movie buff and a 5 is the average movie person and one person just fucking hates movies, I'm probably like a 7.
I'm
You're
just
probably
shocked
like
you've never seen.
You're probably like an 8 or a 9. I'm probably like a 6 or a 7.
I'd probably
You're,
say
you're a 10 in my book.
Ah,
Ew.
thanks, baby. But since I think we're pretty much good with the Mario topic.
I think
Yes.
so.
I think we go
We're
ahead
about
and
to close. But before we go,
Yeah,
Let's talk about
I think we wrap this up with the upcoming games that we've got here in the
What's in the pipe?
the next week or so, and I'm kind
And
of
I don't give a fuck about
No, I'm
stupid
not-
little
I'm not-
Android games. And shit
I'm
like
not-
That. Let's talk about some big games.
I'm talking about games that look, and this is the first time I've looked at this list, so this may be surprising. I mean, to anybody, especially me. There's a lot of shit, to be honest. I mean, there's a lot.
You already had your launch titles. That's going to control it. You probably won't see your big ones till Black Friday after that coming up.
The big ones that look interesting to me: Super Mario World or Super Mario 3D World. That comes out on the
fuck is that?
29th. Apparently, I mean, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on the Wii U. That's going to be a really big game. It's essentially the new Super Mario, I think,
Yep.
isn't it?
Nice.
It looks amazing.
It
I'm
looks
honestly,
awesome. Well,
I
the way
fucking again, we're going
that
back to the
controller
topic.
integration is fucking
Oh, yeah.
sweet.
let's see, Car Mechanic Simulator.
Are you fucking serious right now?
I'm looking.
Who wants to simulate that?
There's dude. The simulators are getting big as like troll games, like Train Simulator and shit.
Forza Motorsports 5. That's
That's
probably
a big game,
And it looks beautiful.
See, I'm not a racing
all the
guy.
Forzas always look. I have Forza 3 and 4.
I used to be going back to style like old. I really like racing games. I
Oh,
used to
yeah.
be like one of my
Gran
favorite
Turismo on PlayStation.
I was even going older, like your.
Well, but I'm just saying that was like the first because that had RPG elements to it.
yeah, I really liked Top Gear.
Top fucking gear.
Yeah, Top Gear 3, you actually did have RPG because you went to different planets and had to build up your car.
Remember Pole Position?
Fucking played the shit out of
Oh
arcade.
my
And
God.
arcade too.
I played that.
That was
shit
good on
out of that.
Atari.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we have here. Lego Friends. Some people care about it on DS. I don't.
They make decent games.
But like Lego
Andy really likes the Lego
Andy
games
does
because he
too.
plays them with his son.
and they're everything
they're
I've always heard
decent.
about. Everything I've always heard about the Lego games is they're very family friendly, but they're also fun for people who just like to play video games.
Because it's a good platform.
They have a Lego movie coming out.
They really?
Yeah.
Let's see, Mario and Sonic at the Sochi 2014 Olympic Winter
Fun.
Games. Wii U also.
That sounds like it would be kind of fun, actually.
Coming out this month. It
It's a
doesn't give an
minigame.
official date. And there's a couple more games on the next page here. Okay. This is interesting. We brought this up earlier.
We did?
Shining Force Online.
Oh, my God.
I've literally never, I didn't know that this was a thing.
I've heard about this.
That makes one of us.
Well, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah. Well, this has been in development for a couple of years. I heard about this a long time ago. I thought it was scrapped. But it's essentially...
It says web online, so is that like is it like Farmville? I mean, is that what it's like?
It's a flash game. I mean,
It's like Maple Story.
Shockwave. Is that? I don't know what that is.
Oh, I've heard about Maple Story. It's like a MMO.
Oh,
based
I
on-
don't know.
yeah,
I mean, it's the same kind of vein where it's
I
a
know what you're
free-to-play,
talking
not
about.
the
Yeah.
greatest graphics, but, you know.
Well, I don't want Shining Force to have good graphics.
No, I
I
want
don't
to
know.
look-
If
I
it
want
had
to look
great
like-
graphics, I would be a little offended.
But it's
Yeah.
what I was representing.
Right.
But yeah, I want it to look just like it was on Genesis.
So this was a game that is being developed, I believe, by lovers of the game, not the company itself. And it's an MMO, essentially. You can get online.
See, I literally hear nothing about this.
You can play as any one of the, not anyone, but a lot of the main characters that you remember from the original Shining Force. And
The original Shining Force? Or like 2 or 3? I mean, it's like 2. Because I
think
remember
just
a lot of 2.
for right now.
I know, like, fucking Tao and Gord and shit are in it.
Okay. And sadly, I remember where you get them and all of them. I
remember everything about that fucking game.
Yeah,
Oh,
even
God.
like the secret guys.
Yeah.
Um,
Musashi and fucking Hanao's the ninja.
Guns.
God, Guns.
Guns was so broken.
Shining Force.
He
a big
was
deal.
This game
broken.
was so good.
You know, random thought on Shining Force. I never saved and got the level and then reset to see if I got a better level.
No, that's cheating.
I did on the emulator after I beat the game like 17 times. Like on the emulator, you could save state. You could actually technically save as you get the level up message. And on Shining Force 2, it didn't matter. Because Shining Force 2, your variables were way lower.
They were.
And-
They
or
still-
actually, they may have been set levels. I don't remember. But on Shining Force 1, if you're emulating it and you save like right as you get the level up, you can get vastly different.
Oh,
levels.
yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
get 1 or a 4. You'd have
Vastly
No,
different
you
levels.
can actually get up to 10 HP. You can get up to 10 strength in one, which is crazy because you get a level like
Is that in the original game?
Yes,
I don't remember this.
yes.
I don't remember ever getting 10.
Yep.
Ever. I
Yeah,
remember 4. 1 through
10.
4.
Nope, 10. You could get a 10. I know your hero could get 10 HP in a
I
level.
think you had a Game Genie.
Nope.
Fucking.
I didn't have a game.
cheater.
I promise you. I remember this shit. This is something, and like I remember Guns getting like 6 or 7 attack. I mean, you
That's
you
because
could.
guns.
Well, yeah, because Guns. But no, like your main character, I remember getting like.
What was the main character's name?
Whatever your
Hero.
Was it
hero.
Hero?
Well, it was just generically Hero. You could rename.
I know
it.
you can rename him, but
Yeah,
I
he didn't actually have a name in the story.
I
He
know, like,
wasn't
some
like.
of them had like a Max or something.
Yeah.
You had to rename it.
But yeah, no, that was one of my.
That was Shining Force 2, I believe.
I think 2.
Was
I
it
think
Max?
2. I think
2
it was Max.
'cause
One
they
was
could cheat
Hero.
at Max.
Okay.
But yeah, that's that. So we had a couple exciting games coming up. There's
I'm gonna
a
fucking play that.
Oh, yeah.
well, let's play it.
I think we should.
Yes.
do it.
When does that come out?
29th?
29.
When's the day?
26th?
26th.
Is it 26th?
26th? 29th?
Fucking hell, that's like
25th.
Let's do it. Fucking
Yeah. Party, Shining Force party.
done.
That's pretty much it. That's how the podcast is gonna. This one lasted a lot longer than it probably will. 1, we had a big main topic. 2, we did our intros in the beginning.
So we're gonna and we'll do better next time, trying to keep ourselves on topic. 'Cause we
Fuck
do
off!
get
This is the best podcast ever already. Day 1.
Obviously.
I mean, there's
my
no,
bad. You're right.
There's no fucking excuses to be
No
made.
retconning that.
Yeah.
This is the shit.
We're badasses. I mean, I do believe that wholeheartedly, and there's no other podcast that's better than us ever
Absolutely.
in the history
So
of
next
things.
time we'll have a new topic.
Eat shit other podcasts. You're bringing a retro game because you
Obviously.
Fuck other podcasts. You don't need anything else.
won. Even though you fucking cheated.
Cheated.
I think we all
The
know
odds
you
were
cheated.
against my ass.
You're cheating.
There was some hate
Fag.
swelling out there. I could feel it.
I don't think so. I think you cheated.
Rock Band.
hacks.
Anyway,
And TNT Serve Design.
That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. I still
CNC
don't.
sir, I played the shit out
That
of
game is so good. Hard as fuck.
It is. It is very hard. I couldn't surf to save my dick. I could skateboard like a bitch.
Oh, skateboarding was fun too.
Oh my
The
god.
surfing was just so hard.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for the podcast. Thanks
All
for
right.
stopping by and hanging out with us. We will see you next week. As always, as we stated, this will be posted on Fridays, we're assuming.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what we're shooting for. And hopefully you guys enjoy it.
Yep.
We look forward to many more episodes, many more weeks, and a lot more polished action.
We'll only get better.
We'll only get better.
Hopefully, it doesn't get worse.
Yes, the sky's the limit.
If it gets worse, we'll just kill Andrew. And
All right. I don't know how that strategy is a strategy, really, but all right, let's do it.
You gotta have a plan of action.
All right.
All right, we'll see you guys next time, next week, next Friday.
Later, guys.
Later.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week on the Gamegasm podcast.